Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Old Game Saturday. We're back. After a week off, we are coming back for more classic gaming goodness, although tonight we got a different show for you, specifically. Because for tonight's show, we're coming back to Super Mario Sunshine, but we played that game earlier this year. We finished it. We beat it to 100% back in July. When I edit this, everything is going to be down below as far as all the parts. And I'm live on camera with my Mario Kart 8 sweatshirt. So I said, hey, let's have something Mario going on for tonight. But I said back then, I said, hey, I did a lot of preparation for this game. It was on the request of Brixbury who wanted to see this game. So I said, all right, when we make the viewer request, or anybody makes the viewer request, we come in and get ready and get the games the way you want to see them, which is also the reason why we were not on last week. Because I said, I'm not going to be ready for Tomba, because that was a viewer request as well, and I say, I want to make sure everything's going to get set. So when it came to doing 100% for Super Mario Sunshine, which of course we were using the Nintendo Switch version in the Super Mario 3D All-Stars up there, I said, okay, I got to practice. So what that began was an odyssey of 4 months. We're going to my Switch album. This is kind of going to be a lot of the show, just to start, as I'm going to organize by game. Let's see where it is. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. We have 119 clips. Okay, fine, 116. So on here, I have 3 from Super Mario 64 within this. As we're getting to Yoshi by Gemini 96. So good to see you tonight, Gemini 96. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by for, I know, one of the shows you've been waiting for when it comes to the Super Mario Sunshine play. We had a great year for the show as it's been getting ready for this game. The beginning of this year, he was in witness, and he was very helpful to me in terms of getting set for the 120 Shine Odyssey that was Super Mario Sunshine. So with that, he's seeing, of course, my Switch pictures and clips. Anytime there's something weird, I had my Pro Controller up. Actually, no, I didn't have my Pro Controller up. I was using the Gamecube pad, or I was using this Gamecube pad. I'm going to also be playing this game with weird controls. I'll have that later on. I was using this and then saying, like, where the hell can I find my Joy-Con to hit that capture button whenever weird stuff happened, or funny stuff. So what we're going to do is, for this show, we're going to be looking into all of the practice highlights. So I practiced this game for 4 months. Again, Gemini 96, thank you so much for your support at that time, pointing me in the direction as far as running 100% for this game, and joining us tonight, of course. And, of course, any memories on Super Mario Sunshine or anything else Mario, let them flow as far as tonight's show, or anything as far as all the stuff you saw, because he was in witness to a lot of this stuff. And we're pointing out, I'm going to show one quick thing. This is for Super Mario 64, but, oh, wait a second, hold on, what's going on? Hang on a second, I was like, it was not moving correctly. My Joy-Cons turned on. Which one turned on? Yeah, I also have a big box, by the way, of accessories, or a big basket worth. Within here, I have accessories, and I have one of my Joy-Cons. This is actually attached to something else. But as has often been the case, if you breathe on some of the Nintendo Switch controllers when you have it on, weird stuff happens. So in that case, I guess I must have done something weird for that. I'm also keeping some of that stuff hidden because we do have a lot of great stuff we're going to be showing off for this. But okay, fine. To get back to that, and I have to then organize. Well, okay, I could not organize because I have stuff here for tons of games, tons of things like GoldenEye, Mario Golf, Tetris that came out on NES recently, Donkey Kong Country, or Donkey Kong Land 3, I should say. Some weird stuff going on with that. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The Lion King, a lot of the Marvel vs. Capcom collection games, Banjo-Tooie, and things like that. But let's get back to this, because, like, yeah, I had to quit out. That was not going right. Yeah, we play in the show, I swear to God, but whenever things like that happen weird, we roll with the flow. So, okay, going back to what I was saying earlier, just to go back. Okay, here's a clip for Super Mario 64. If you hit the A button when you're going through your clips, or your pictures, because I took some pictures. It shows the date that you recorded these. In this case, this is actually the day that the Super Mario 3D All-Stars came out, which was on September 19th, 2020. Is dated and time-stamped. So what we're going to do is, for these clips for Super Mario Sunshine, I'll let this one play as I'm doing a backflip in Cool Cool Mountain here. And we will do this as our next 3D Mario game at some point. I think I'll do that probably in 2026 to celebrate 30 years of the game. But in this case, like, okay, can I make this jump, or jump backwards? Actually, at this point, I didn't have the GameCube controller adapter. Actually, no, I didn't have the Nintendo 64 controller either. I jumped on that, like, wait, I jumped on the side and just barely survived. So, basically, that's a preview of what we're going to see for Super Mario Sunshine of all this other stuff, and I got 116 of these. Well, how this show is going to work, I'll just let you know, is that I will be showing off all 116 of the clips or pictures that I had of all the events that we had, and then later on, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the box over here of all these accessories, and also some I have on the table, and one of that's going to also involve me pulling another game out, and actually also pulling out the GameCube version, or the GameCube original, because that is the way I'm going to be able to show you Super Mario Sunshine being played with a PlayStation controller. Only, how can I do that? I got a way, and I'm going to show you. And so good to see you tonight. This is actually going to be an interesting show just as far as how it is, because it's one of those cases where, honestly, our focus is not going to be on playing the game much, or it is in different ways. And it's always a lot of fun as far as the stuff, and a great capper as far as where the rest of the year, we'll get 2 more shows for the year as is. But just the case that we had a great time with Super Mario Sunshine, getting set, getting the play going, and also, this is our last live look at the game, because there's one more thing I got planned. In fact, it was Gemini96U and Kazan22 who requested this, and I said, let's do it. Any deaths that I had going on for Super Mario Sunshine from the play you saw, the first 4 parts, and tonight's show, is going to be stitched into a video that's exclusive to the YouTube site that will be up on December 31st as our final video. So in that case, I've actually edited most of that video, and now I can because there was an issue with OpenShot Editor when it came to Windows 11's update. They fixed it, thank God. So I can get that set, and after tonight's show, along with ending the show you're going to watch now, I'll also have the highlights of the deaths I had, because let's start with the biggest one, and it's also why I do practice on show, especially when I get a viewer request. Gemini96, I think you know this, and we also have timestamps for everything. So, the first clip was taken on January 16th, 2024 at 1:52 p.m. I have my perspective between 1 and 2 p.m. as far as my work break at lunch, where I know, or my lunch break at work, I should say. Gemini96 always, often is around me, and as all of our other friends and coworkers. They're like, yeah, you're doing Super Mario Sunshine again, you're doing the practice, right? Sure am, and that's how we got to it, and I can't thank all of you enough for that, and for joining the show as far as it. Okay, I'm in the A button on all these, because yeah, you can post these things to social media if you want, put your phone, trim it, and then send it to people, save a screenshot, or delete it. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of a prelude on some of these things, but it's also the kind of thing I got to remember what actually happened. But okay, I know what happened here. I was fighting Petey Piranha, the first boss of the game in Bianco Hills, although this is his rematch. And for this one, it's a bit different how this went. It's also something I said when we played. I said, I'm going to do something very specifically so I don't avoid what happened on the practice. So, on the practice, this happened. So let's take a look. I had one more hit to go. I had 1 bit of health left. I was like, get my ass out of the way and shoot the water into his mouth. Alright, so, as always the case, you do that 3 times and bounce on his belly, you win. But I stupidly did not move. I didn't realize that there's enemies popping out, and I am dead. So, he went down, he took me with me. So, as Edwack said, oh no. That is, one of the cases, that's why I practice, that's what I want to avoid. But of course, it would be feasibly the most embarrassing death if it had actually happened on the show, but it did not. But it is now a factor as far as the smash cut of the deaths, and I'm not going to ignore this. So much so, I'm going to watch it again, just as far as seeing what this is. That guy's saying, like, yeah, get this dirt off me. But then, yeah, because what happened is that the enemy popped out of the goop when he died. So at that point, yeah, Arrivederci Mario. Okay, so next I said, you know what, fuck this noise. After what happened, I said, the day after, I said, I need redemption. So, on January 17th at 1:49 p.m. I said, you know what, I'm going to do this right. I did it in front of Edwack. No, I did it afterwards. He was not there as far as my lunch break that day. So I said, alright, fine. Here's me doing this right. So yeah, hit him in the chest, he is gone. Oh wait, I hit Y to pause this one. I also picked up the pig thing and shot. I said, fine, I'm getting my ass out of the way, because that's clearly what I have to do. I said, fine, I'm going to take a chance. Like, yeah, you even looking at me funny, you're getting shot off. And so there you go, that is where the shine sprite went. So yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Also how we did it in the show before then. I said, okay, fine, we're good. We can just dive over here, jump over the mud or whatever that is, and we're set. And also apparently my feet were kind of on the ground there, but there you go, so let's shine again. Okay, next up, also in Bianco Hills, we're out of the way of Petey Piranha on January 31st at 1:21 p.m. I was going around with Yoshi. We're looking around, and here's the other thing. Some of this is going to show funny deaths and other interesting things, or close calls. A lot of close calls are going to be here, too. But it's also going to show weird glitches, because, fine, as many people have said when it's come to the show, for some reason, with me, they say, how's it always happened with you as far as being glitchy with games, or sometimes glitches just happen? They said, yeah, you track the glitches. Maybe I do, but either way, whenever something comes up with that, it's like, wait, what happened? So I quickly rushed to hold that capture button to see what it was. So, I was going for 100 coins with Yoshi. I know the coin element over there is blocked by my camera feed. It's 84 coins. I said to Pokey, let me spray this with juice, because I realized, hey, you know, you can put it into a platform. I was like, what am I going to do? Let's hit it that way. And I jumped. It looked like it jumped on nothing, so basically what happened there, I think, is that it looked like, well, we'll see this again, because what'll happen is when you're on a clip like this, and that's where the pause also is there, it's like, yeah, I'm looking around saying, look, where's my Joy-Con so I can get this recorded, it'll then restart. So basically what happened is that when the Poke came out, I turned it into a platform with Yoshi's Juices, but then I said, alright, let me jump straight, but the idea is that since it was in that bowing state, yeah, because it was a bowing state when I did that, and I jumped, it basically got a sense that, yeah, it was still bowed down to the ground that way, so it looked like I was jumping on nothing and killed him, but either way, that's the idea, and I got the coin off of that. Okay, next up on February 1st, this was for the red coin shine as far as the secret of the casino slot machines in Serena Beach. So for this one, you have to go and get all the coins. I got just in time, but going on this block, you have to make this jump right. I mentioned this when we played the game. I think it was part 2. So I did this one. I did not do this right, as you're going to see. Because over there, I jumped there and then fell, and then Chasm22 said, quote, oops. Yeah, oops indeed. So there you go. That is another death for Mario. At that point, of course, I had to go all the way back and hit the button, find the button that's not there, in order to do it again. So yeah, rule of thumb then is that when you're doing a challenge like this, it's not that it ate the jumps. You're going to see what this is again. In this case, I jumped too early, because, yeah, the block was going up, but then I got blocked when it was moving into me. So my problem was that I should have jumped higher, or I should have waited till I was at the edge. But either way, that's how you go. Okay, so now this was, I had to look at this one saying, what was this about? This was on February 6th. I was over at Peanut Park. I was going around the roller coaster saying, hey, you know, I'm going to do the challenge or the mission where you have the Koopa over there that's making the Ferris wheel go crazy. Like, yeah, get me off this thing. I was like, you know, I can just jump through that, but while I was getting prepared to make the jump, I jumped there, I landed there onto the railing, and I guess I was able to get a sense of kind of being on it and like avoid getting hit by the car, although I don't think the car hurt you. If I remember correctly. And again, a long pause there because of the sense like, wait, what happened? I just want to look at it. Because sometimes when something weird happens for that, I'll take the recording, and then what'll happen is I'll look back and I'll see what happened. Is there some kind of answer for what it was? So, that's one thing I do love about modern gaming when you really think about it, which is that all the consoles around, PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series S and X, and Switch as well, they do give you that capture thing. At first I thought, what's really the reason for this? But then I realized, wait, there's these weird glitches that go on. So at that point, it kind of gives me opportunities like, wait, what happened there? I have that on video this way, even when we're not doing a show. Oh, well, fine. When we do a show, of course, everything that's there is going to be there. But I'll keep going for that, and, yeah, so I'll show it one more time. Yeah, because these are like 30-second clips. So, yeah, there you go. I did avoid getting hit, and there we go. Okay, so next up, okay, this is one of those shine sprites that did give me a lot of trouble when we played the game for the show. This was the... I think this was in Peanut Park as well. I think this is the Yoshi Go Round secret. I think. If that's not right, feel free to correct me. I'll correct myself below when I edit. Or Gemini96, because you're an expert of the game. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong in saying which challenge this was. Either way, when we did the play, I did have a lot of trouble doing this. You have to jump on the Yoshi blocks in order to get over the side to get to the shine sprite. Yeah, this was on February 6th at 1:15 p.m. So basically, it's also giving me an alibi for anything. If anybody accuses me of crime or something, saying like, where were you on February 6th at February 6th, 2024 at 1:15 p.m. I was like, I was on my lunch break at work playing Super Mario Sunshine, and Gemini96 and say, yeah, I was there. But that being said, here's what happened here. This is also a weird case of a death, because I thought, okay, I made the jump, but I just missed the grab. And of course with that, yeah, we fall to our deaths. Yeah, that was a weird case, I guess, as far as how it was going, but something that, yeah, I did miss it. It is the Yoshi Go Round secret. Thank you, Gemini96. I just didn't remember if it was, because it was something I was looking through some of these clips earlier today. I was trying to think to myself, which was this? I mean, I should know, because actually one thing to give you a little bit of a preview on when it comes to the Smash Cut, or the compilation video I'll have. I did put in the video the challenges that I was doing where or the locations I was at as far as cases where the location, to give a sense of what happened and where I was and what I was trying to do when I died. Okay, next up is, this is like the prelude of a death, so I guess that kind of counts in the sense that, fine, I fell out the center of the pachinko machine, which didn't happen when we played it somehow, and I'll also have edit later on in that compilation video showing how I got it, as far as like, or that it was fine, specifically, or like why it was fine. But I said, fine, I got 4 of those in one row. I said, I can go up this one. I was like, yeah, just keep going upwards and pushing, and you kind of get stuck that way, because as we show when it came to the pachinko machine, the physics are a little weird here, in the sense that based on how you launch out, and we'll show that, that's why I was able to get 4 of the red coins right away. When you go in there, it changes your movement, so if you don't move and don't touch anything, you basically will go to the center, and as you move the control stick left or right, it will adjust that. And I said, you know what, I can go from the back, and some of these you can get from the back, and I think if I didn't have a video of that, I think I might have just done it when we were doing the practice as it was. Yeah, there you go, that's the case. So it's, in this case it is a death, but it's not so much that the focus was on the death. Next up, okay, this was another one I had because I said, okay, fine, actually, wait a second, go back. No, I don't want to, I'm trying to, saying clip that out. No, I don't want to clip that out. Okay, no, shit, I don't want to, no, I'm not posting that to social media, sorry. I just want to see what day that was. Okay, that was, February 6th as well, as was this, so this was 5 minutes later. So 5 minutes after what you just saw, I got all 8 of the coins. I said, fine, let's, show, getting to the end. And hidden behind my face here, I have 25 blue coins and 49 shine spreads, so I'll get the 50th one from this jump. I said, fine, let me just aim this. I guess because we're trying to figure, or I was trying to get a sense of, if I just jump at the center and I didn't touch anything, where do I go? And then I said, okay, fine, use hover nozzle and jump right in here, and there it is. That was me getting that shine sprite specifically after I fell and also tried to go in the back way for some of the stuff. Okay, next up is in Pianta Village. I was racing Il Piantismo. This is kind of a close call case. Got doing the slip and slide method. This was on, that was the same day, February 6th, so I was very busy with clips that one at 1:44 p.m., so you have to basically race and go up the tree. So the flag is up by the tree. When you're going up the hill in this game, when you do that, you kind of run faster as you're seeing going up. But also, when you jump there, your jump is inhibited, but yeah, gotta grab that, and then hit the flag. Did I make it? Yes, I did just make it. So yeah, I just beat Il Piantismo. That was way too clutch, specifically. And I don't think that was the case when we played the game. Well, it feels like it's been forever ago. Well, fine, it was, I finished the game over 5 months ago, as far as the show. I did this part back in June. Fine, part that I got the shine spread specifically. In that case, like, yeah, talk about close call, and I got a couple other close calls as far as that. Next up is, next up is here, saying, okay, remember the thing with the water of the hot spring. Remember, it looks unsanitary because it's coming out of the nose, but it's fine. But yeah, at this point, Flood said, we want to try using a water-filled barrel, but the text is kind of overlapping. So I said, wait a second, I gotta take a picture of that. I gotta take footage and show that that's happening. So, in that case, I'd never seen that happen with the Gamecube version. And actually, I had not seen it with this one until we'd seen that going. So basically just gonna keep going on. That was the day after. That was February 7th. So in that case, there's kind of a funny glitch with something that wasn't necessarily too much of a case. Alright, next was, this fucking thing. So, when we played the game for the show, I had the most trouble doing the hidden shine sprite for the red coins, as far as the chucksters in Pianta Village. But I did the one without going for the red coins right the first time. But in that case, I said I had to get ready as far as what the chucksters are going to do. Because when you talk to them, they'll toss you, and the big ones don't hold back. But this was an interesting case, because I got thrown, I jumped on him, and then I died. So I was like, alright, fine. If I gotta die, at least I would be able to bounce on him specifically. And this is the one area where, when we actually played the game, this is the part that actually I had the most trouble at. Which I was not actually expecting. I would have thought easily was going to be Poison River. And if you're wondering where Poison River is, well, stay tuned. I'll have an element as far as what happened with that and like why. Well, fine. It's not in the death compilation. So fine, you know what? This is going to be, I'll keep this in the death compilation. Specifically, I'll be explaining why is Poison River not in here? Well, you'll see later. Okay, and that was, Yeah, it was also February 7th. February 7th. Also, I went into Gelato Beach. I was going to do the mission here with the Wiggler. This, I don't think, was anything weird that we had happen. It's just a case that, fine, the Wiggler's running around because we got him out of the tower. I have to go chase him, and we have to go hit those beads, or not the beads, the sprouts there. Get him to grow, and then hit him. Okay, that was what it was, because it looked like I'd hit him, but he somehow avoided being tripped. Looked like he was right there. Okay, so that was sort of a case. And then, a few minutes later, I got another case where I said, okay, fine, that looked like it hit him. But something else looked like it didn't, or no, it did, because then he ran into it. So, as you see here, you get those things fully wet and have them expand out, and then they'll shoot the sand sculpture out, or whatever it is. It goes up, boom. And then what happens is that, yeah, I was following him, he just tripped over the side. It's like, he feasibly either was watching who was going or something. I said, okay, fine. Boom, now I hit him. Down he sort of went. Now, for this one, I was looking as far as the entrance of where Sandbird is in Gelato Beach. And I think I didn't know there was, like, glass there. And he's saying, hey, you know, I flew away. And this is the other reason I put this, like, yeah, store's closed for playtime. It's like, I never talked to this guy. I said, what's going on here? And I realized, wait, he's a chuckster in disguise, because some of the Piantas are chucksters in disguise. He just threw me up into the hill. So I'm all the way up there, like, oh, hi, guys. And then Sandbird. I had some fun with Sandbird on February 8th, and the last one was also February 8th. As I mentioned when we did Sandbird, as far as in Gelato Beach, if you fall and you get to that tower, you can feasibly save yourself and not die. I said, okay, can I make a leap back with the hover nozzle for Flood? And the answer is yes. I love Flood and the hover nozzle in this game, because it gives you so much maneuverability. And you do a lot of fancy things, including here when Sandbird says he's going to turn. So let me use this. Whoa! Going up straight like that, and I then did die, although it's not going to show me dying. It just shows that I dived towards, although I guess then, the chat, Gemini96, does that count as a death, me doing the dive then? I mean, fine, you didn't see him going the I don't know if that counts as a death. I guess it does, because I did fall. But either way, it was a case of, yeah, being able to go, because I mentioned this when we played it, and Gemini96, I know you mentioned this too to me as well. The way it handles the programming of, like, going up a hill or a slope or something like that, it sometimes, I think, from what I gather, it changes often, I think, as you're going. So since Sandbird's tilting, it's basically changing what the collision detection is, because, yeah, it looks like it's a flat surface now, which it is, but then as it's tilting, it's kind of going upwards and upwards, and I think because of when I hit the hover nozzle about here, it's thinking, okay, what it is, so it kind of doesn't know what to do, so like, it kind of shoots me up straight. I think that's kind of how you're able to have those fancy things going on. Okay, next is also on February 8th, the Watermelon Festival. Yeah, remember that? We have to push this big watermelon down there over to the cabana. Well, I was like, let me push it over. I didn't realize exactly how fragile this was in the sense of, like, the environment, because I was just pushing on. Like, let me follow this path. I was like, yeah, I just hit the side of that wall there, and apparently that punctured the damn thing. I was like, I get where the cataquacks are destroyed. That makes sense. But I was thinking, like, okay, what about that? But then I said, then it just disappears. Like, wait a second. So, something about the edge of that wall there. Yeah, goes to the aspect of the collision detection again of this game, which is that, fine, I'll let this play again. And seeing I'm kind of right on the edge, it's almost like a balloon. The idea, like, hey, if you put a balloon into a needle or something, it's like, or a sharp edge of, like, I don't know, a piece of wood or something, it pops. But for this one, for some reason, it then teleported over to the side. It's like, wait, it just went over the wall. It's like, okay. This is definitely a magical watermelon specifically, and it's also why we won that contest. And also it's cooked through the wall, so there you go. Okay, so I was also still trying, as far as Watermelon Festival, saying, okay, keep the cataquacks down, because you hit them with water and jump on them. They'll be down on the ground. And so at that point, I'm saying, alright, let's push to the side. I said, okay, as long as I don't hit them, we'll be fine. I said, alright, get this one out of the way. Now when it just got in time, like, as he was coming up, I was able to then just bounce him down. Uh-oh, let me move this. But then it turned out, apparently that side of the wall also is spiky or something, because at that point, then it broke. Like, oh, crap. Not too big a deal, but still a case that, first I was thinking, like, fine, the Cataclex, what'll happen is if they find it, they'll dash it and their beaks will pop it, or they'll throw it up and then it coming down again will pop it as well. Sometimes it depends on the situation how it goes. But for this, that was kind of the idea. But hey, at least it wasn't as bad as like being right at the end and not getting it. In fact, I don't think I have a clip of that. Okay, so yeah, so fine. February 8th was the day that will live in case of a watermelon, as far as remembering what that was. Like Watermelon Festival Day was February 8th, and so I said, fine. Can I go this way? No, I can't. At first, it'd be easier to take the path, but then, like, well, maybe it's not going to be easier to take the path because it's such a tight fit. And I think Gemini 96, I was asking you this when we did this. I said, hey, clip through the wall again. Right, that's the other thing. Now it's just stuck in the wall. I think I asked you this. I said, have you ever pushed it down that way? Correct me if this is not right. I think you said either you did, or it's a case where you have to be so specific in order to do it that's probably not worth it, which I think was maybe where I came from when I was doing this as far as just playing it myself when we did the show, and over the years I've been playing this game, saying that, fine, it's more risky to go down there where the Cataclax are, but still, you kind of have to, just because feasibly that's going to be easier, even though it's over there. Like, yeah, I can go that way, but it's also, the fact you're pushing up the hill, it's going to go down that way, and also because it's a tight fit. But either way, that's going to be the idea for that one. And then next... Yeah, okay, at this point I said, fine, I'm keeping it stuck in the wall. Let's take a look at this. So there it was. It's in the wall. I said, what are we doing with this thing? Can I push it out? And we realized, okay, we can push it out. Okay, we push it over. And yeah, it just kind of go all over the place. So, it is the wall there, but it's also, I guess, just that corner. Something about how that goes is that the game just treats it as a weird case. So fine, this is also going to be an element for when I do a glitch compilation, as far as an end of the year thing, which could be next year's case. Or we can do the best laughs on the show, or something specifically. We got ideas. And feel free to let me know any ideas you have as far as what you want to see for the compilation video for next year. For this year, it's going to be the deaths from this. I do appreciate Gemini 96 that perspective, saying, hey, you want to see that. I'll be glad to deliver that. Okay. So, yeah, we're about halfway through the launch period as far as... I'm getting launched by the Cataclax. Yeah, something died over there. I was like, what happened? I think that was what the impetus was. In that case, I said, get away. I fell down there because I said, I know there's coins in here, and there's also the hidden shine sprite that's on the wall. Oh, right, that was the other thing. I also hung off the side of this. Right, I'm looking like I'm holding on to nothing, but I guess I'm holding on to the edge. It's possible the weird collision detection makes it difficult as far as going over that way. Okay, that's what happened, so fine. The Cataclax launched up the watermelon, and then, at that case, I then launched over here and landed on. Okay. Thank you very much for indicating that. So yeah, that's the idea, I guess. And so, okay, you can do it, but it's, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the speedrun method. I mean, no. The speedrun method is, as you said, is clipping through the, like, the grinder, specifically. That, I guess, is the speedrun method. Although, fine, if the, I don't know if there's a speedrun category for this game. I think there would be, of saying, hey, if he's about to get all shine sprites without using, like, a skip or something, or get... Yeah, I mean, I guess there would be a case of that. Where at that point you then say, okay, what's the best way to go? Probably be... Usually my way of doing it is pretty much just push it down this hill, even though it's dangerous where the Cataclax are, and then just kind of get going that way. But... yeah, that's the idea. Okay, so fine. Still also this day, as far as like a minute later, I'm saying fine. After that one first, let's go back up the hill. So yeah, a lot of this is going to be the Watermelon Festival, just to start. But... fine, I kept going. I kept, not giving up, saying, I'm gonna do that. And I just... okay, that's what happened. I got the watermelon stuck. Sort of. Okay, it looked like it was stuck. But it just kept bouncing. At this point, I'm shooting my way off from that one. So yeah, same day I said, fine, we're gonna go to, Peanut Park. Oh, we're doing the Yoshi Go Around Secret. Is that... well, yeah, I don't remember which one this was. We'll take a look. Okay, so I was shooting down those things. Oh, right, that one went in the ground. That's what happened, I think. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, okay, if you rolled at max speed, okay, in order to do the thing with Watermelon Festival, so Gemini 96 is indicating, roll at max speed and hope for the best. Yeah, well said as far as that, because I think that's the idea. It's often one of those cases where, fine, you kind of have to hope for the best, really, when it comes to some of this stuff, but yeah, that's a good case. Okay, so that's what happened here. Basically what happened is we shot that, and then it went under the ground. Like, wait a second, it went through the sand, so that was that. Boom, boom. And then a lot of coins. Okay, so then I guess I took a break, or that was the weekend. So on February 12th, okay, I think I was looking at the language on the sign there, because it was a case where I put an edit for this for an earlier part. I put it in for this one as well. I think it was Game Explain did something about this. They basically, somebody translated that language that's on that billboard to indicate what that is. So I'll have that element as well. And I'm also pulling mic just because I want to make sure that nothing went wrong with audio. But anyway, so let's see what this was. Okay, so I got myself launched. Okay, I think... I don't remember. Oh, right. Okay, I think it was testing to see... Oh, right, that's what happened. Right, if you use the hover nozzle on one of those buds, you can clip through the structure that comes up. At least on this one. I don't know if you can on the other ones, but I saw that when we practiced. Yes, one thing we didn't show when we played it, as far as played for the show anyway. But yes, because my first question was, okay, what happens if you do this? Can you use that? I was like, well, it's water, you can do it. But then I realized, wait, because I'm in that hover state, I'm basically stuck inside, and in that case, you're thankful that the game has the camera view where this is Mario's silhouette that way. Okay, so then I went back to Bianco Hills. I'm trying to remember what I was doing here. Right, I was trying to launch out because I was going to use... Okay, I was wanting to see if I could grab onto that. I also had Mario's mouth under the water. I said, wait, is he drowning into the water? Okay, that's what that was. I said, wait a second. His mouth is in the water, even though I have my nose above water. Under normal circumstance, you think Mario would drown eventually if I stand that way, but according to this game, no. And according to this game, as long as you're not under the water, the game does not trigger you as being that way, and so you do not lose air. So yeah, Mario feasibly can breathe forever under very specific circumstance when you're standing on that log and you have his head just barely above water. Or maybe his mouth is just above water, but like, no, his mustache is set there, so... Yeah, Mario can breathe on the water, fine. I guess it's as close as we get to the 2D Mario games, where Mario used to not have to breathe in the water. It wasn't until the 3D games where it started to be a factor. And actually, I don't think there's any 2D Mario game where he needs to breathe underwater, unless I'm forgetting one. And for that matter, if there's any 3D Mario game where you don't need to. I mean... I don't think Super Mario Odyssey did. I believe Mario Odyssey did still require you to have air going on, but I think you can manage it better as far as making it a case where it doesn't matter to you too much as far as being underwater for a while. Especially because there are a lot of areas in Mario Odyssey where you need to be in the water for quite a bit of time. Okay, now back at Yoshi Go Round Secret, or fine, yeah, that one. I said fine, I'm gonna have my rematch as far as getting the Shine Sprite. So yeah, for this... Okay, this is my case of saying, hey, I'm going to do the wall kick to jump up there. Which they do intend you to do. Then I said, okay, can I make this jump? Can I make the rotating jump thing there? I was like, no, I did that wrong. And then I... Oh, right, then I just missed it. And then I did my atomic ground pound. Because, yeah, one thing I didn't mention is when you do the ground pound in this game and you're going for a high distance, Mario... Fine, for lack of a better way of saying this, Mario's ass sets on fire, basically. Although it's not a case where it actually causes more damage when you hit onto things that much. Because, yeah, okay, fine. What I was trying to do is I was trying to rotate the control stick to do the spin jump. But, yeah, if you don't do it right, you do the side jump. But first I said, wait, was I right there? I said, oh, I can ground pound right on there, but I was right off the edge. So, unfortunately, Mario died. So... Next up in Yoshi's Fruit Adventure. This is 4 minutes to actual work time. Right, tons of fruit. I sprayed it away. Because I'm looking for the... What is it? I was looking for the... Yeah, the durian. This is a case where it was not appearing at all. I was like, where the hell is this thing? It kept not popping up. And then hit on the pipes. Oh, right, I realized at that point I can jump on it, and also I can jump through the pipe. So yeah, there you go. I'm clipping through the pipe. Oh, wait. Oh, right, because, okay, no, there wasn't a durian there. It's like, yeah, I got everything but the durian. It's like, yeah, I don't want this junk. You got us to go away. Because remember, the Yoshi's on Delfino Plaza, or on Isle Delfino, I should say. They want a specific kind of fruit, and for Yoshi's Fruit Adventure, you do need to get the durian. The reason they do that is because of how the platform movement works. When you're using that, although it's not something it's that much of a difficult case to get that going. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Mario's flipping through pipes. Yeah, we knew he was a master of pipes as far as being a plumber. In this case, he just clipped through them. So there you go. Okay, so next up on Valentine's Day, I was doing the red coin mission for the Beach Can Secret, I believe this was. Yeah, and since you do have FUD here, it makes it a lot easier, but I was saying, okay. Trying to remember what the funny thing about this was. I'm even going backwards, and then... Oh, right, that was what it was. Talk about a close call, and another close call right there. Perfect, that was what that was. Because I mentioned when we played the game before, during the play, I said, hey, you know, when you do a dive, if you use the hover nozzle coming out of that, your momentum for moving does not propel you upwards. So you can't use that to save yourself out of a jam, but in that case what happened was I went for that 5th red coin over there, and I got it, and just as I fell down, the platform materialized. First, like, uh-oh, hold that all the way. Then there it was. I was there. I pulled back just in time so that I did not get myself killed falling off. So that was a case of me avoiding it. So I was glad to see that happen. Okay. A little later, though. Actually, yeah, 2 minutes later. Fine. There's number. I got all 6 of them there. So I went up here. Boom. I had to go backwards. Fine. Or in this case, I'm going backwards. Yeah, in this case, I said, fine, you know what, I'm using the... Oh, shit, alright, right, that does show exactly what happened there, which is that, fine, the lack of momentum when you do the dive, because I missed it. I then basically died. So, yeah, Mario died.
Mamma mia.
And his Chasm22 so well said, why does Mario die when the timer goes out? Everybody often says, as far as all the Let's Plays I've seen, and myself says, he dies of a heart attack or something, but... Or I don't know, he needs those coins so much that he can't live without them. So when that happens, like, yeah, I don't know, he's gone. So yeah, that's the case of, that's the danger sometimes of doing that. Like, hey, if you miss that, I'm holding the hover nozzle and it doesn't do that. And it is by design of, well, okay. I don't know if it's by design of the game, but it's how the game works. It's one of those cases where, and I don't know if Nintendo would do this, given that this re-release of it came out only about 4 years ago. And it's not able to be purchased new anymore. If they'd say, hey, we're going to remake this game and do stuff new with it. Potentially. I guess we'll see what goes on, what Nintendo has with everything else. And I guess also I'll say, Fire Chasm 22 saying, like, where's the Switch 2? Do you have an uncle that works at Nintendo? Which is no, I don't. And they didn't have anything going on to it at Game Awards as far as the other night, although there's definitely a lot of nice stuff they did announce. I will get to that in a little bit. Okay, but first thing here is... this was on Valentine's Day as well. I was doing the red coin challenge for the Delfino airstrip. Not bad to do, but it's a case that, fine, you do have to be quick. And because you are going fast with the turbo nozzle, it's something that, yeah, you can feasibly miss this. So I eye the needle through these things. And then... Right, I blind jumped that one. So at that point, I did do it in a way I didn't intend. Like, usually... With this, you kind of have to go straight. And because of the way the controls of this game work, it's not easy to do that in some cases. Sometimes in cases you follow the coin path. They give you the coin path for a reason. And also because you get 100 coins for Delfino Plaza easily by coming. You can do it at the plaza itself, but you come here, you get tons of coins. And when I was doing my practice, off screen I came here and I grinded 99 lives. Because you can do that, you keep coming here and getting 50 coins, and each 50 coins you get life. So at that point I was able to have that going. And since you have to pay 10 coins to come out here, it's not much of a drop, it's kind of a drop in the bucket for the purpose of being able to get those lives real quick. Alright, so also we have Yoshi. So here's Yoshi. We're on his back again with the orange Yoshi. Now here we're in Delfino Plaza. As far as what we're doing, it sounds like a glitch to me. I guess as far as the thing with the hover nozzle. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Or put it past that being the idea. Because I would think maybe that's the thought of what they're doing. Unless they say, hey, you know, they want to get going with like a remake or something and maybe address that. Or if they necessarily want to go to that. So, alright, fine. I was getting the goop off here. Okay, so what happened there was, as Yoshi's also in the wall, I hit... Yeah, you have to shoot the juice, like the barrier off with his juice to melt it. But as it was melting, I hit it, and it counted me getting knocked off of him, and then he got stuck in the wall. Yeah, to go on that thing as far as... It probably is, as far as the glitch of kind of that element of itself. But I don't know. I mean, the only reason I'm asking, I guess, is because I don't know to what degree... I'll say this, when it comes to certain games, and I guess this game is kind of a case like this, where oftentimes it'll be really well documented. You'll have the case where a lot of the developers will come out and say, oh yeah, when we were doing this game, these are certain things we had going through as far as certain minute details about it. Some cases where people might mine the source code, I'm pretty sure they have for this game, just in general. You get into ways, or sometimes hear like the developer saying what was their intention, and sometimes hearing that years and years after the fact, saying, hey, I remember our experience working on this game and what we had to do to make some of these things happen. So, in that case, fine, I haven't heard them say specifically, but I mean, it would be interesting, I guess, to get a sense of like, hey, you know, somebody asking some of the people that next time they're out or something, saying, hey, make news that way. In fact, actually, one case of that is not exactly the same thing, which we'll get to Metal Gear Solid 3, because we played Metal Gear Solid 2 earlier this year. There's a character in the game whose voice actress was not known for years, and actually recently it was revealed that was Jodie Benson, who played, I'm trying to remember the character that she played in Metal Gear Solid 3. She did for years. I didn't say who it was me, because they're like, hey, you know, I was Weebo and Flubber, I was Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Would that necessarily be something that would maybe fly in the face of a more adult game like Metal Gear Solid 3, but then again, she was in Grandia 2 as well, on the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2, and also was on the Switch as well. So that's something they found years later, and other stuff as well, so who's to say? I mean, we might find out more, and I mean, I can assume next time we get a Mario game, maybe that'll be another case of something specific, or if Nintendo wants to go back to something like this. I guess we'll see. Okay, next was my stubbornness trying to get this blue coin. I said, hey, you know, I can use the turbo nozzle to dash my way in here, which is what you're supposed to do feasibly. I said, I'm going to keep dashing in here trying to do that, but yeah, you have to make that jump specifically in order to have it going. I could have just gone over there and just launched myself in just by grabbing on the edge, but I said, no, I'm stubborn. I remember the Crusade Nerd 64 was there. I was like, yeah, you've been trying that forever. Are you going to get this? And the answer is yes, finally I did get that blue coin. So there you go. It shows how persistence can easily pay off and be a case where fine, you're just wasting time. Fine, I know the Crusade Nerd 64 says this specifically. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that shit. Like, if it's something I'm able to do simply, I'm just going to do it simply. Okay, so now this one, I was looking at our totals for the Shine Sprites where we were on the practice. That was 76. Now, I'm trying to remember what else I was looking at. Okay, I was looking at my 202 coins in Delfino Plaza. Okay, yeah, because it does record the last 30 seconds, so usually, I guess a lot of the highlights come a few seconds later. Okay, so, fine, let's look at that again, because I don't know, maybe this is when I bounced off somebody? Kind of, because in all honesty, most of this clip is just me going in the menu. But let's see again. And that's also the case while I'm drinking a lot of water. Like, hey, I can just sit back. I'm technically not really playing for tonight's show, at least not yet. I'm playing a lot of other weird stuff. I'm going to that. Okay, that was what it was. I said, oh, I just thought that looked cool. I was like, wait, I did the slip and slide method. I jumped on him and I spun off specifically. So I said, okay, it may look very stylish how I did that for the purpose of that was on February 15th. Oh, right. Also on February 15th, I was trying to get the Fluff Festival Coin Hunt star or Shine Sprite in Pianta Village. I was out here in the clouds because you have to go out here for stuff. I was like, hey, let me go over here, but you're seeing here what's going on with the clouds. This did happen when we played the game for the show, but not here. It happened when we did Sandberg. the clouds will contract and expand out. But in that case, I said, fine, I walked to the edge, like was looking, but as soon as I looked, I was like, no, I'm falling, and then bye-bye, Mario. And it's a long way down, so I got to specifically be reminded of my mistakes, specifically. And remember, you cannot pause the game when you're in midair, so you can't press start and say quit area to avoid dying. As I mentioned, Super Mario Sunshine makes you live with every death that you have, every mistake you have, so in that case, it's the most, it is the most difficult 3D Mario game and the most unforgiving in that sense. Like, yeah, just remember, it's like, yeah, you did that to Mario, he's falling and dying, so, yeah, learn for next time, or just don't do it when you stream the game like I did not. At least not that way. Okay, now, on February 19th, back in the Pina Plaza, this is one of my favorites. Okay, so, yeah, there's definitely a lot of favorites. Specifically, the one we had for, the Fluff Festival Coin Up. That, yeah, and Gemini 96 was in witness to that, specifically. Okay, this is also one of my favorites, too, because I said, I did the triple jump, I threw that up. Yeah, catch Yoshi. He caught it out of, mid-air as far as my toss. Like, oh, great, there he is. So fine, two really good ones in a row. The idea of Fluff Festival Coin Hunt when it expanded out. In my case, it's saying, hey, you know, I could carry it up to Yoshi, saying, hey, Yoshi, come and get this. But then it was a case of saying later, by the way, no, you're fine, just go and do that. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that something like this, it's a lot of great memories, you know, and that, as I said, that's the idea of the show. As far as that, with you, Gemini 96, and anybody else that way. Cases saying, hey, you know, actually, maybe I should do this more when it comes to games we played for a show, where after we played the game, maybe have like an extra show. This might be fine. Sometimes I've mentioned the idea of like a return to a game. It's like the Super Bowl game Saturday Second Chance we're going to do next year. But I think something like this, because this is also a case where this was a lot of preparation. I was like, fine, I want to be set for this. And Gemini 96 knows this as far as this. I said, I never 100%ed before he has, so I said, okay, he's kind of my guiding light, just like he was as far as the Yu-Gi-Oh thing a few weeks ago. Not that I did great as far as the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, but still, I appreciate the help, and like the idea that I kind of had an understanding going, but fine. Dollyfin and Electverse, as far as chat, we're not having much of it, and it's like, it seems like the card game is more boring. I think Electverse hadn't known there was a version on 360. So, yeah, I'm not doing the best ability of showing that, but as I said, just kind of these great memories of stuff like that, and yeah, in this case, this one game, which, I mean, I guess the way it went down, I thought this was going to be feasibly the game that we would maybe define this year, which, I mean, in some ways it is, but there's also a lot of other ones, including ones I didn't expect, like Top Gear 2, that was a big one. I didn't expect people to really, like, oh my god, I want to see Top Gear 2. It was like, yeah, there you go. It caught attention that way, and a lot of other great stuff. And now, of course, Gemini 96U with Earthbound is finishing that this year, and all the other stuff that I know you guys have as well. Okay, so next, okay, this one. So, this was Poison River. Thank you, by the way, Gemini 96, when I did this live. This was not me showing a death here. This was me on February 20th, recording the fact that I did it. I had paused here. I said, you know what? I think I was waiting for other people coming in the room saying, I did it. I can get the last one in front of everybody. I said, here we go. I just want to show you that I can get this, and now we're going to go and get the thing. So I'm going to be very careful doing this. And then go and get it. So, fine. If you're wondering how I did it on my first try when we did the show, don't ask, but I'll say I practiced the everything hell out of this Shine Sprite. And actually, the last thing I'll have in the Death compilation video, I will have a little element going on here. In fact, I'll say here, saying, hey, you're wondering, well, where's the Death compilation item for Poison River? Well, and that'll be something for that purpose of that edit. And that will be the element of it, and also this is the thankful case, and me having to really decompress. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe I got that on my first try. Gemini 96, you being the guiding light on that one, saying like, here it is, and that is definitely one of the great moments in Super Bowl Game Saturday history. A lot of great ones, though, and a lot of great ones with this game, but with other games, too. That was just my case, and fine. In that case, I also said, hey, Edwack, you weren't there. You wanted to see me get in Poison River. He said you can do this. Because this, specifically, this Shine Sprite, this is the Shine Sprite I was the most nervous about going through. Because I've never gotten, in all the years I played Super Mario Sunshine, I said, I gotta do this. Can I do this? And it turned out, yeah, we could. And with this one, I don't know if I have other clips of this. Okay, I don't. So fine, we'll look at that death in a second. So fine, I'll give my ode to this as we go. This is where we found out, as we mentioned on the play, but I'll mention it again here. we found out that the leaf comes back. So if it gets to the end, you come over here, but you walk on the edges over there backwards. You can go walk backwards that way. If you're very careful, and you can go back and try it again. Not that it's easy to do that, and since you're on the edges, like, uh-oh, you gotta be careful doing it. But you can do it, and it's definitely nerve-wracking, but yeah, we did eventually get the case of that. Fine, you know what, we're watching one more time of getting Poison River. Fine. But fine, as the game apparently calls it, they call it the Lily Pad ride, but I know Gemini Ninja 6, you said on part 3 of this, saying, hey, that sounds like an amusement park ride. And it's like, yeah, it's like Action Park in Verona, New Jersey. It's like, wait, what? And like that Deadly Park case of that. It's like, no, it's not. Well, fine, this game's case of that. But yeah, there's no one around here. But anyway, okay, so fine, for this death, this was for... Okay, this is one of the secret shine sprites for the red coins. I don't remember which one this was. I do have a death compilation item here before. That'll have in that video, so at that point I'll remember where this is. Let's chat, you remember off the top of your head where this one was. So here, okay, that was what it was. Right, me doing a great save with, again, launching up with hover nozzle to avoid a death. So fine, I died there, so I guess that counts as a death. Fine, well, no, right, I guess because I ran out of time. So fine, I guess I ran out of time. I had 88 lives, or fine, 89, now 88. So 0 does count as a life. I said, fine, let me try this again. I made this jump because it looked like I didn't make it. It looked like over here, when I made the jump, I said, fine, to go to the case of the Super Mario World cartoon, we're not going to make it when they're swimming away from the Torpedo Ted on the Mama Luigi episode. But no, I was able to get myself going on that and survive, and that was on the 20th. That was also on the 20th. That was the day that we beat that. And again, back at this point... Okay, this was a close call I had on this one. Oh, this is Shell inside Noki Bag. Thank you very much, Gemini96. Thank you. Appreciate letting me know as far as that. Yeah, because even I didn't remember as far as that. Fine, I definitely didn't remember. Okay, this is a close call on this for the red coin mission. I said, can you get it? I remember the Crusader was like, yeah, can you get this? Like, oh, this is going to be close. Like, yeah, come on, come on, come on. Like, oh, no! Like, oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to probably pause that one again. Actually, no. Okay, yeah, I am gonna pause it. Yeah, there we go. 00018 on the clock. So I was inches away from dying getting this. And I was basically out of water doing it. So at that point, it's like, okay, fine. That was the clutch case of just getting that. And as we're pointing out, I did, at that point, take my time to go and get the shine sprite. So I did get it. As far as out of the... yeah, the seashell secret from Noki Bay doing the red coin mission. But yeah, this was a case where when I did the show, I said, is it going to be as insanely close as this one? Because I didn't jump far enough. I said, uh-oh, I didn't hit A to... I had the other thing also about that grab up. It was like with Super Mario 64, if you hit up on the control stick, he'll climb up slowly like that, but if you hit A, he'll climb up instantly. I didn't do the A button method. That feature would have been easier, but because... I did it the way I did, it was something that I was able to avoid being killed, and I was able to just get it. So it was like right on the dot. Yeah, because also it's worth pointing out, when it is near the end of the time, it does show that it's flashing. It's like, yeah, because then it goes away. But at that point, it's like, yeah, I did get it. Okay, and then this, okay, then this was me getting it. I said, fine. After what you just saw, I damn well better be able to get this thing. He was like, yeah, I was like, you better get this, especially with no water. I said, okay, fine. So remember, you do have water as far as flood here, but it's like, I used it all getting here, so... Can I make it? In that case, I said, fine, we're just gonna go carefully, make the jump, and there you go. So yeah, very clutch as far as doing it, but then also saying, like, I gotta be careful making this jump, which you did. Okay. Next is, on, also February 20th, as, Chasm22 said, kill those fucking birds. Like, yeah, what? I guess, I don't know, did a bird kill his family or something? I don't know, but whatever the case, like, yeah, you gotta take these birds out. So I was shooting out the gold bird here on Noki Bay. Because you get it, you get a shine sprite. In that case, like, yeah, I had nice shooting at that point. It was also the case of me shooting upwards. Okay, that was the shot right there. Because the fact that I had the helmet on, I was trying to shoot from that distance, but since it freezes the action when you get the shine sprite activated to put it on the level, to tell you where to go and get it, it did show me that way. So it was like, I was shooting up into the air, it looked like I was shooting at nothing, but it was like, yeah, that was where the bird was. So I did kill the gold birds and all the blue birds as far as the case of that. So yeah, Mario did not like birds. Please least not these. Actually, feasible case for thumbnail on this video, specifically. But, anyway. Oh, wait. Okay, so I have one for Super Mario 64. Oops. Yeah, so oops would be me crushed, and also that's from Super Mario 64. I guess... I want to see something, then. How did I get to Super Mario 64? And that was... Okay, so in this case... Damn, I had a gap. So... At that case, I went to March 15th with nothing happening. Fine, I'll show this one Super Mario 64 since I had it going at Womp's Fortress. Where I got myself crushed by him. Right, because I think for this one, I said, oh, I want to take a break from Mario Sunshine specifically. I want to see what happened if I get him going, if he's going to flatten himself going out of the ring, but I don't think it did much difference. And also the idea that Mario's sprite changes when you're further away from the camera. That I do notice. Oh, right, that was it. It looked like I didn't get crushed, but either way, Womp is gone, and we'll see him eventually when we get to this game. Okay, fine. Back to Mario Sunshine. That was on March 19th. So back here, we're going to Peanut Park. Now, in that case, I got a water refill because of the way the water was shooting off at me. Now, here... I'm trying to get a sense of what we were doing here. Okay, I was trying to have some fun with the ships, I guess, and then just go and swim in the pool. Okay, that was me questioning... Okay, I think what happens, I think I questioned if I gotten hurt or something, I think, because I guess I had and I didn't notice it. At least I think, and I stopped. Wait a second, why is it showing that? Because... Okay, let me watch this again. Oh, because it disappeared and then... Oh, right, because it disappeared and then it reappeared. I think it was because I went underwater very briefly, because what happens is the life meter... It replaces with the air meter when you go into the water, but I guess I did it just for a brief moment where the air meter is not showing, and then it just popped the life meter up when I hit the surface. Okay. So yeah, back at the Yoshi Ground secret for the Red Coin mission on March 18th. I said, okay, I got 2 more to go, and I think it was actually, no, this is like when I played it for the show. I was like, I think I forgot one. But where was the other one? It's like, it's like, oh shit, it's over there. Another close call coming. Yeah, that was it. It was another close call. But in all the case, it's fine. Let me ground pound so I don't get myself killed. Well, so that was that. And then... Okay, this one. Okay, this was on March 19th as well. This is me doing Red Coins in the Hotel for Serena Beach. When we did the show, this one did give me a lot of trouble. I think I died, like, a couple times here. I think 4 or 5 times, I think. Don't really count when I have that video specifically as far as what it is. Fine, that was also the case that, yeah, it transitioned like that. I was like, wait a second, what's going on there? I'm just trying to look around as far as, like, where is everything? Okay, I don't... Honestly, for this one... I don't know what was weird there. I think maybe it was... The only thing I can think of possibly is... Fine, right before I went in the hall... Right, because I was basically fell down, but then I grabbed on the side. It kind of flashed in the sense that it was kind of seeing that. I guess I was thinking? Okay, I guess that was what I was thinking. I was seeing like what was going on there as far as the ceiling. Okay, also on March 20th, back in Rico Harbor. Oh, right, I couldn't jump on the side of that and grab it. I was kind of surprised I couldn't grab it. Like, wait, there's certain things I can grab onto, most stuff. But that, I couldn't. As far as everything else, yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know this. Oh, yeah, I blew him off. And right, he went through the grate. That was what happened. I think I actually forgot about this one. I said, you know what? Fine. Those bloopers up there were giving me a lot of trouble because they oftentimes would knock me off and I'd fall into the water when I'm trying to make the jumps up there for the shine sprays and to get for that, or when I'm doing 100 coins. But in that case, I said, fine, shoot him off, but also he just went through the grate, so he dissolved. Fine. I mean, Gooper Bloober does dissolve in this game, specifically, so I guess that's the idea, like, where they came from. But now, well, okay, he did have the ink shot, so it kind of went right. And he's looking up there saying, like, what was that about? And then back up here, I guess it's the same case. I guess the same day. I'll take a look at that in a sec. Like, yeah, there's another one. I was like watching, like, yeah, I got your number. I jumped on him. Oh, right, I wanted to get the coin. I guess that's what happened. I said, fine, you know what? I want to grab the coin. I said, fine, let me just jump down there and get it. And then, what did I do this? Also on the 20th. Okay, so I was going for 100 coins, I think. So I said, fine. Because when you kill enemies, the coins will eventually disappear. But I said, fine, I'm not letting that coin get lost. At that point, I said, fine, you know what? I'll go do that. Yeah, because the thing is that usually the coins are physics-based in the sense that when you kill an enemy, if you kill it either harder or quicker, sometimes they'll bounce off to the side, but in that case it seemed like it was random. So I said, wait a second, that one bounced to the left, the other one just bounced in place. So I was like, yeah, I'm not leaving that one hanging. Okay, so next, also on... Yeah, this is continuing my 100 coin mission. I have 74 here. So... Yeah, I kept going, seeing like, yeah, where can I go? There's another one of those. Yeah, the wind guys. We did have a name, and I always forget what the name is. I always edit it in, so I'll do that this time. I said, can I jump on the crane here? Yeah, and it looked like I was not standing on anything. I was like, yeah, I can stand on this. Oh, except, fine, eventually I can't. Eventually it becomes a case where I fall through. So again, testing the limits of the collision detection, and I guess of the physics of the game. Above anything else. So, I mean, if nothing else, I'll say this. When it comes to this game, as far as our play of this, I think I said when we did the play of the game for the show, but I know I said to you, Gemini96, and everybody else, saying, what was the idea of this play? I said, I kind of want to make this a documentary, this game, in the sense that, not that I'm getting interviews with all the famous people who made this, or telling all the stories of everything about the game, but I guess documenting, a journey through going through 100% of this, the idea of all the people who are surrounding me and being of assistance to that, but then also just the experience, like what it's like, and just finding, I guess, feasibly any of these little things you can find about this game that maybe haven't been indicated, or cases where there's one person out there who knows. And Gemini96, that was you when it came to the glitch with the blue coin in Noki Bay. It was like, for years they're saying, that blue coin, I got it once, and every other time the game crashed. I've been looking for an answer, like if this is something known, and you came out to me and you said, this is a known issue, this is something I've had happen. I was like, thank you so much, I've been looking for that answer for years. So if nothing else, I think maybe that's going to be the idea of this with Super Mario Sunshine. Maybe people come to this and like, oh, I saw this for years with this game, and I thought nobody knew, or something. Or kind of getting these ideas out from you and from everybody else as far as what this game means to them, or whether they even like it or not, because that's been a great case as well. This is, as I mentioned, the most divisive 3D Mario game, I believe. I think in that case it was worth giving the perspective of looking at it and seeing like every little detail of it. Of course, we're not done yet, but for the next one, I'm at 100 coins, so I got all 100. So I said, fine, you know what, can I rocket my way up? Well, I got the rocket nozzle. Can I rocket my way up to the, I'm trying to think how I wanted to do this. I think, oh fine, I just got the rocket nozzle to come up here. That was my first case. I was just like, fine, let me show off and bounce my way up. But my other thought, I think, with this was, this is honestly the case where I think it was more at the beginning of the video, where I said, okay, fine. I want to see if I could feasibly launch myself up onto the grates on the ceiling, because you can grab them from the rocket nozzle, but I missed hitting it. So I said, yeah, you know what, screw it, let's go that way. Make the dive, but I still hit the side of the wall, which made for a funny case. Like, yeah, Mario was able to survive, like, hitting his face against the wall. In that case, yeah, I just have to blast off. And there we go, Mario's blasting off again. Number 87 for what I got there. Now with Yoshi on March 21st. Right, we're putting the test what happens as far as the length of time when Yoshi goes away on juice. Because he runs out of juice on his own. It's a tad over 3 minutes. If you don't keep eating fruit, he'll disappear. But he will turn green. But in that case, like, he's right there. So it's like, fine, he wants a coconut, we can go get him. So, I know Edwax is a case as far as loving his Yoshi. And of course, fine, I have Yoshi here as far as on the sweatshirt for Mario Kart 8 right in the middle. But I I then said, like, fine, because, yeah, if you go into the water with these Yoshis, they're water soluble, they'll melt. But I also said, like, hey, the juice is going down. What happens when it gets down to nothing? I don't know if I showed this in the play or not. Maybe I did, but if you do start shooting juice there, well, actually, it says fruit. Actually, I did not notice that as far as... Let's watch this again. Because... Hold on, well, fine. I'm kind of lost my train. Okay, fine. So, juice. Alright, so... It went down to nothing. But it changes to say fruit. I guess it says, like, you gotta get fruit then. Because, yeah, if you do shoot Yoshi's juices when he's in green form, it looks like water that he's shooting. It doesn't have a color to it. Okay, I never noticed that it changed to fruit right before he melts away. But he's there, so he's gonna be back. Okay, now, for this case, we were doing, here's the thing of, yeah, she wants me to do the soccer ball kick in for the blue coins. I'm taking a nap. I'm seeing this game running... Okay, I'm trying to think of what was the concept of me keeping asleep. Maybe it was me seeing this game running at 60 FPS and thinking like, oh right, that was what it was. Right, because I didn't know that the fruit disappears if you leave it be for too long. So yeah, Mario fell asleep, the fruit disappeared, and as I mentioned, I realized that this must have an uncapped frame rate on this console because, as I mentioned with Super Mario Sunshine, when they first demoed it at E3 before it came out on Gamecube, it was running at 60 frames per second. It came out on Gamecube running at 30. I don't know if it was uncapped on Gamecube, but I was kind of saying, like, for 3D All-Stars, why don't they have it at 60? I was like, yeah, no, they keep it at 30, but then I realized, wait a second, there's parts where it's uncapped and it just hits 60. So if those Switch 2 rumors are true in the sense that, well, fine, not that they're true, it's common. They say it's going to be backwards compatible with all your Switch games. They've confirmed that. But if the thought is that it ends up like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X, where it taps into the power of games from the previous console to make them run more smoothly, we could feasibly end up seeing Super Mario, well, not 64, it's Super Mario Sunshine running at a 60 frames per second frame rate on the new system, potentially. Feasibly giving older games like this new life on the new system. Feasibly making games that had frame problems on Switch be a better case of themselves, you know? We'll see what happens with that, but we'll have to find out. But anyway, next is I'm on the island also talking to the woman there getting the coconuts. So for this, I said, okay, I gotta put the coconuts in the basket. Now for this, I said, can I throw it over? Like, and then it went in the water. I think the Crusader 64 had his laugh going, he just started laughing specifically. Like, yeah, you're trying to launch that way, and it just goes. But, oh, right, that was the other thing. It's like, where'd it go? And then I was like, wait a second, it landed on the ground. Yeah, because if you do shoot the coconut specifically, it lands on top of the tree on the branches. At first, like, wait a second, where are they? And also, why the shadows disappear. That thing, if you shoot it right, it technically launches upwards. So yeah, it was funny the idea of me throwing it in there. And also, yeah, the idea is like, hey, the Crusader 64, the idea that I guess I can give him a good laugh and nothing else. He was like, hey, he comes by, he's like, how was your day? He's like, it's really awful. Like, I just think, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, I gotta be honest, I can't be mad when you're saying that. I was like, well, yeah, because I don't want to be in a case like, you're having a bad day. I get that idea. I get what it's all about. And the case that, fine, if my hilarity of gaming or weird stuff you see can brighten your day, I'm glad to do that. As far as that, but just in case of, hey, you know, just the kind of thing I like to do, you know? Alright, so that's also me figuring that element going on with the coconuts. Next is, right, the box challenge. That was also on the 21st. I was trying to think, like, hey, I didn't break any of them. Like, can I do this really quick now? And I don't remember if I did. We'll see. Oh, right, because I was on the edge. Let's see. No. Okay. Oh, right. I was so close, but also looked like I was standing on the box there, so I didn't get it in time. But it also showed that I was just standing on that specifically, so like that was another case of what it was. And yeah, just worth pointing out, when you do the box break challenge here, yeah, you don't die instantly, thankfully. Even though you have that music, you don't die instantly from this. It's also not the case that, I don't know, the Pianta doesn't take his gun out and shoot you or something, but that would be another game feasibly. That would be fine. The Crusader 64 also mentioned he wants Nintendo games after dark. That would be Mario Sunshine after dark, I guess, but so close. Alright, so next up is the Turbo Nozzle run. Actually, I died here instead of at Pachinko and Poison River. Yeah, you're making the jumps at the lines, and this is in the death compilation already. But for this, I believe this is another case of me getting on death compilation, or I just got it. One of the two. Yeah, because you have to either jump right ahead or not too late. Oh, right. That was me getting it right on the dot. Because if you jump right where I did, you grab on the edge and get it. So that was a case where, yeah, I got it just right. And that was on the 21st as well. And next, going all the way up to April 15th. So yeah, a little bit of dearth. Okay, so fine. I got launched by a Cataquack whilst holding the pineapple. I got stuck as far as that one throwing me. I was like, yeah, where'd the pineapple go? I think I was looking around to see where it was. Yeah, it just went off. So I was like, yeah, I completely lost it. And then, like, yeah, the Cataquack saying, yeah, I want in on that. I got myself launched. And so they are the red ones. They do launch you in the air and they do hurt you as opposed to the blue ones. But in that case, like, yeah, fuck you guys, I'm leaving. Okay, so also on the 15th of April, I'm going through... Oh, shit, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to add a new user. I already have 2 users. Like, yeah, fine. Keep going. Fine, I'm trying to hide this and also show what the date is, so that's my fault on that. Alright, so I was keeping an eye on the palm tree. I said, hey, you know, let me make the dive in here. I think also because I was looking for one of the hidden shine sprites, or, yeah, or something on the ground. Or, yeah, I think that was what it was. Right, because looking for the blue coin that's there. It's like, yeah, launched up. I was surprised, I think, how high it went. But that was number 71 as far as what that was. Then, I took the watermelon out. I was like, yeah, let me go, swim with this thing. So, for this, yeah, fine, I have to go through here. Alright, I was trying to test what's going on with the, what was it? The grinders. Can I put stuff in the grinder? But I don't think... I said, can I feasibly walk on this and drop it on? But then I realized, well, I get hurt. It launches off. It falls in the water. And that's the idea what's going on. So that was a question of mine. I wanted to see if I could grind this up. But the answer is you can't grind up anything other than the watermelon. At that point also, I was like, yeah, fine, the pineapple just flew away. So basically the fact that that's a moving area, when you put the pineapple down on that, it's gonna launch. Like that. Okay. Next up, continuing our adventures on Noki... Oh, no, not Noki Bay, it's Gelato Beach. But yeah, you gotta remember where we are. It's like I played this game through already. Okay, this is me checking, like, hey, you know, let's give Yoshi a nice meal. Yeah, because you do have him close to the fruit here. He'll eat it on his own. And he'll be staying alive forever. So I was like, yeah, hey Yoshi, how you doing? You want to have your nice meal? Okay, yeah, I was waiting for his tongue to go out because I briefly saw it. I said, wait a second, he's eating on his own. Because I didn't know when he's in the vicinity of fruit, he'll automatically eat. Because at first I said, fine, I saw that, I saw him go, and then I looked and I said, wait a second, he changed color, what happened? So I was like, I sat down, I was like, yeah, Yoshi, you're going to show us your secret, right? And the question, I guess he was feasibly nervous, like, I don't know if I could do this. There's so much pressure that I'm under as far as showing this. But he's like, yeah, don't worry, Yoshi, you're around, friends. I was like, okay, sure, fine. There you go. Alright, so back on Gelato Beach again. Okay, this is me trying to climb up the palm tree here. Because, yeah, you have to walk very specifically on it. I was like, uh-oh. Right, okay, that was me coming back from that, which I did not expect to have happen. Like, yeah, that was very specific to be able to get up there and even walk along. But, in that case, it's fine. Can I make it? The answer is, yeah, with a lot of perseverance, yes. And, like, there you go. So, yeah, definitely the most difficult way of getting up there. But, yeah, if you're going for 100 coins, you do want to have that. Although, at this point, I only have 23. That was that way. Oh, shit. Okay, so more in the beach, or on the beach. Okay, there's me trying stuff as far as the watermelon. Right, because I saw, like, wait a second. For 100 coins, you realize, wait a second, the Watermelon Festival, that was Gemini 96. That's a good one to do because you can bust the watermelons, and also because there's a lot of coins around. But I first said, hey, wait a second, can you keep breaking the watermelons to get coins out of it? Eventually it'll run out, but you can... Okay, so I'm trying to think, like, what was the conflict, except here aside from that. I think it was just, like, yeah, I'm just busting. That and keeping him down. Like, yeah, like, get down in the sand. And they'll stay longer in the sand, by the way, if you hit them there. If you hit them in the grass, they won't stay down as long. But also the case of, yeah, where is it going? And there it is. Basically what you do is you basically do dive into it and it busts. And that, yeah, Cataquack, don't get in my way. Yeah, for this one, I don't remember what we did here. At the end of the video, it's probably gonna hit me. It's like, oh yeah, it was this. Okay, how's that going up? Oh, right, the coin fell into ether, right. I was going for 100 coins again. This is all the 100 coin challenge. The coin fell in the ether, so it's like, it clipped through the wall, and it, even though it's the one, you're like, well, does it really matter if it's one? Well, remember, on this show, on part 2, I showed getting the Serena Beach 100 coins. I tried doing it on the Goop mission, the first one. I was 1 coin away. They have just enough, but I missed one, and I couldn't do it. So at that point, like, yeah, every coin can matter in this game as far as going 100 coins, which is why feasibly people are like, yeah, I don't like doing 100 coins in this mission, or in this game, I should say. But then I said, fine, let's do the launch off. There we go, making the launch across, and how do I get those? Yeah, because Gemini 96 is the hero again, saying, hey, when you're doing the swing off from the top, hold forward on the analog stick, or the control stick as far as this, and get it. And since I'd gotten it, I said, fine, we're gonna go swim, have a nice case going over here to the beach to grab it. Yeah, because, yeah, it took me a long time to do this. In fact, when I get this, I want to take a look. I said, fine, I'm going to be stylish jumping into number 90. Okay, that was the end of my lunch period. Like, yeah, we got to do that, and we did in time. Next up, on the 16th of April, yeah, we are in Tampa. So, yeah, it's one of these things that, fine, certain things I definitely remember, but there are other things that I don't remember completely. We'll see what's going on. But it's also something. I guess this was me just missing that side of the building, I guess. Or, yeah, I don't know what that was. Yeah, not sure necessarily what that one was about, but I took it, and there you go. Alright, so yeah, here we are in Serena Beach in the Hotel California. Yeah, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. So, although, fine, except for the red coins, it wasn't that bad. Specifically, so like, fine, I'm going for all the coins. And as Gemini 96 said to me, and he was right to say this, saying, hey, if you're going to be doing 100 coins here, as I'm holding on the side of that chair, that was what that was about. I was like, wait, I can hold on to that? I realized, yeah, I can, but it also looks like I'm holding on to nothing and then sliding over on the sides. Like, yeah, Mario, what are you doing? Yeah, that's what happened there. Yeah, because, as he mentioned, yeah, if you're gonna do 100 coins in Serena Beach, I did whatever, fine. I thought to myself, like, fine, I did take his advice eventually with saying, hey, do the Shadow Mario episode, because all the doors in the hotel are locked. But I also said, hey, could I do it with the other one, as far as on the beach, which, for episode 1, you can, but I just missed the one. You can do it dead on, but in this one, you have much more wiggle room. In this case, I'm also having a case of other stuff going on with that, like, woo, woo, woo. Actually, wait a second, this was more of that. Okay, so I think I skipped ahead. Yeah, I did, because when I launched on that, I said, hey, let me take more of the video of what this was. It seems like you're just kind of just sitting there. It's like, yeah, look at him just blinking. It's like, yeah, here's my hand. What's going on? Oh, right, and then he was shaking more. I was like, what's going on with the shake? That's why I realized you have a hang meter on this, an invisible hang meter. So like Metal Gear Solid 2, if you're hanging on for something too long, eventually it'll fall off. And it does that shake to indicate that. I was like, yeah, but it doesn't look like he's shaking. So I was like, his models are shaking. There you go. Then I went down in Noki Bay, doing the swim down in order to get the blue coin that's down here. And fine, I was afraid there was Big Bertha from Super Mario 64 and also from Super Mario Bros. 3. Because when we did that last month with Nocturne, I was eaten oftentimes by that thing. It's like, oh no. I thought it was in this game too, but I realized no, it's not. And that's also when I realized an interesting factoid, which is, I said, wait a second, I got health off of that. And I think it was Gemini 96 I asked you. I said, hey, wait a second. Are the blue coins a health recovery? Or in this case, an air recovery? And the answer is yes. So it's a case of learning something new about this game. I don't know if Gemini 96, you knew this or not. I think you might have known this. I know there's a lot he did know forward on, but I know, or as far as before we did the show, but even then, some stuff like, yeah, it's all this weird shit that happened. Okay, yeah, if you get it, you recover 2 bits of your life. So it can give you extra health if you need it. In this case, this is a launch up as far as that blue coin. Yeah, I just want to get that one. But since I don't have the hover nozzle, I have to use this. I can grab that, get it. And then my trouble, I get my ass punched out. So, like, alright, fine, there's a boxing glove over there. But I did get what I needed, so at least that was the case. I was just shocked because I forgot it was there. But anyway, next up is, yeah, there is the big shell secret, specifically where we were before. Yeah, for this I was testing, seeing, hey, with those spike things on there, can I, like, because there's a shine sprite up there I need to get, can I feasibly avoid those or, like, stun them with the water so they don't go on and cause trouble? In that case, it's fine. You know what? Can I launch up here to get this? And I realized, wait, I can, I'll be okay. And then... Okay, that was the idea that I could stand on the side of that. I did not know I could stand on the side of that. That was when I was doing 100 coins, because it's showing 102 coins out behind the face. And at that point, when I got here, I said, fine, I damn well better be able to get this thing. And this was on, yeah, April 16th again. So yeah, this is a document of everything that went through. When I said I practiced for 4 months, as far as Brixabri is concerned, to get this game to her, I meant it. And same case really with anything we got for the show. There's the launch up, and I was like, no! But I did recover, so yeah, this is not... It looks like you should be sliding off of that, but you don't. And at that point, I said, fine, one more case, saying, like, fine, I just slid off, but we're gonna get this. I just the needle, and yeah. I was standing on the edge, it looked like, and then kind of spinning my way into the center. So, there you go. Alright, so next we had the secret shine sprite area for Pianta Village. I was gonna say Pianta Plaza, there's no such thing as that. But yeah, for this, I was like, where do I get these coins? Right, because I was going for 100 coins. I was like, yeah, this is a place I gotta go under here to get them. Because you're down here, it's like, yeah, if you land on the tree there, you'll slide down and you'll die. Oh, right, that was what happened. That bounced. I was like, wait, nothing bounced on it. What happens? So in that case, those are one of those cases like, wait, what happened? So I looked at that, I was like, so something feasibly bounced on that, so we'll take a look at the video again, but there's nothing over there. There's not an enemy. There's not, like, one of those gusty guys. There's not really much ghost activity in this village. But I was close to it. I wasn't really shooting off water even that much. Okay, fine, I guess I did. I guess I shot it with, flood a little. I guess, like, a little bit of the water got on it and bounced. Like, yeah, these things, these spiders. Because my thought was like, hey, you know, if you shoot the water there, you can swing them, or when you jump off of them, you do bounce more. It's like, I gotta go get that life, even though I have the 93. I don't need lives. Okay, so, as far as what I was doing here... Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about. But I'll take another look just to see what we got. Okay, because I launched there, I got the life. Oh, right, I guess that shook. Was that it? Yeah, I'm not sure necessarily what's special about that. But, yeah, either way. Alright, so, on April 17th, I was doing the blue coin challenges in why am I saying Inoki Bay? It's, Bianco Hills. Yeah, you have to hit the ones that, go out of the way. I got that one just in time. Before the one from the circle disappeared. Like, yeah, that was close. And Mara's like, whew. He was like, yeah, my sentiments exactly. In that case, I was in such a shock. Like, yeah, where are my Joy-Cons so I can record this? Okay, so now this one, I was in, Riga Harbor again, going under the underground for coins. But also, that was where Yoshi was. Right, I was trying to do this one. Probably the hardest of these challenges in the game, because you had to be dead on to do this. I had the, rocket nozzle to make my way over. I just barely got that. And you have to be dead on to get it. But I did get it. Like, oh, thank God, I got this one. Now, at this point, also more on Yoshi's Fruit Adventure. What is going on? Fine, there's the during the bounce. Right. Okay, there's something I think that happened with the collision of this thing. I think. Right, okay, I was like, wait a second, it bounced. Like, why did it get so much distance? I didn't touch it that hard. Because if you're running really fast, you dive into it, it'll bounce further. But for this, like, yeah, it just came out that way. But it didn't matter, because I was also far enough away from Yoshi, but also close enough. You're like, fine, I smell durian, I'm coming out of the egg, and we can go. Like, great. And he got the effects already. And then after we got Yoshi out, we then ate some butterflies. Yeah, I had to eat those butterflies for the coins. Like, yeah, they were not going in Yoshi's mouth. Yoshi's hungry. He needs to eat. Just keep going, keep going. And eat that one. I realized there's a life in there, which I don't think I knew. I was like, yeah, get the life. Like, yeah, that life is really hard to grab. Like, yeah, I know. I was like, yo, Yoshi, come on, get the life. Okay, there you go. Finally got it. That was on April 18th. Also, April 18th back in Peanut Park. I think we're almost done as far as these. And then we'll show off the accessories. Alright, there's the coin up there. I said, hey, you know, can I make my way up, specifically just with the hover nozzle? And the answer was... I don't know. We'll see. I just got it, and I just hit the side of the, wall. So, yeah, that was close. I was 122 going through that. So this is the 100 coin... No, the, blue coin perspective. Because, yeah, Chasm22 said, show me everyone who's getting collected. So, yeah, glad we gotta do it for 100% anyways. Like, position that right and land right on top. But when I landed right on top, I landed right on top of the ship, and I'm like stuck into it. It's like, uh-oh. But I'm not sliding off. Yeah, Mario's jittering a little bit there. Okay, fine, then I'm sliding off. And then it goes all the way upside down, and then I slide off more. So there you go. Yeah, and then when after that happened, I said, fine, let me record what happened there. I was kind of clipping onto the top of the mast of this thing. Then I realized, okay, so fine, that swinging thing of the ship, I am still kind of beholden to falling there, but at that point, I got what I needed, so it was no issue. Okay, this is also me showing legitimately how to do this challenge, which I don't think I did when we played the game, as far as the show. I had to go to a really roundabout way to try and make that happen. And it's not easy to do this that way, which is why most people choose it. Including myself. Those are the cases that, yeah, I think you can feasibly make the jump, but because of how open this game is with its platforming, as I just missed it, that was the worst feeling of all. Like, yeah, I basically had to make that massive climb up there, and it is right up there, and then you kick it from below, and you get it. Yeah, that is not a good feeling as far as I'm missing that. Apparently I couldn't have enough of the Watermelon Festival. Right, because I was out for the birds. That was what it was. The bluebird. Kill those bluebirds, so, Kazum22 said. I don't know why I'm ascribing, Gemini 961 to kill bluebirds. That's a Kazum22 thing. Like, yeah, I'll get credit for that when that's the idea. But, yeah, for this, like, yeah, that was that. So, yeah, you have to get him out of the air. In this case, like, yeah, I'm shooting that. Like, yeah, I shot him out of the air. So, yeah, shoot him out of the sky. It's a nice shooting text. For this, I'm taking a nice swim. Enjoying the great atmosphere as well. Also, I hope people are not disappointed tuning the show and realizing, hey, wait, there's not much gameplay yet. That's coming, don't worry. Right, I'm trying to go after the school of fish that have the blue coin. But the blue coin's sentient and it goes underneath the seabed. It's like, oh no. Actually, I didn't know it went under the seabed until I did this. Like, fine, we have to go get this thing. I also had to come underneath the cabana because there is coins here, and there was also a blue coin there as well. I remember also what I was trying to check here. I think it was me trying to edge my way. No, okay, it wasn't that. Okay, that was a weird case of clipping with the post. That was what that was. And then after that, I said, let me go walk around and... Right, because I think what I wanted to try is... Yeah, okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, right, I remember now. I made the cataquacks disappear out there. And then after I did that... Oh, no, they just disappeared. Never mind. I thought there was something else. Okay, so yeah, walking down the path I couldn't push the watermelon for, but I said, okay, fine. Can I get up here? I think that was my question. Okay, it was me getting the rocket nozzle. Now with the rocket nozzle, alright, it was making, it was jumping across the trees. I was surprised it was getting as much distance going that way. And also, fine, getting stuck. So it was like, yeah, kind of spinning the wheel there. And then more on Sandbird. So with Sandbird here... I'm trying to remember... I think this might have been a case where I got... either a lot of things right away or something... Oh, right, the cloud, right. I got stuck on the cloud. And I realized, wait... I missed him. But the good news is that if you're on the cloud and you don't phase off... Okay, fine, there you go, I phased off. Which happened when we played the game as well. You can wait till he comes around. Since I fell at that case. Yeah, watch your feet, Flood was saying, but apparently I was not listening. Okay, so back with Sandbird again. Yeah, he didn't go up all the way. That was my surprise. In most of my cases, can I get back to that cloud? Yes. I clipped through his tail. I grabbed on. I got onto the end of it. Back onto his tail. And was able to recover. And then after that happens, he then turns again. So the case that, yeah, can I get the hover nozzle going on to be in line with that? And the answer is yes. So yeah, we lived to collect the coins another day with Sandbird. Like, yeah, there he is. You know, all his sandy glory. Right, because at this point I was just going for the blue coins now. At this point it didn't matter. Because there are a couple of blue coins in here, so I said, fine, let's go get this. Because you have to... Alright, in that case, then I kind of got it when the cloud and his wing clipped together. And then back in Sandbird once more, on the same day. Trying to get a sense of what was I trying to do with Sandbird. I was just trying to see if I can't make the massive dive onto him, and the answer is... No, I went right through. That was what it was. Then me trying to get my way back, but I could not get my way back to Sandbird. So yeah, right through the center. That's like the goal. You know, fine, let's watch that again. No, fine, let me put that up. Yeah, I hit the ZR button, that brings up the interface. I want to have the interface off as much as I can. Except when I'm seeing the dates of when these were. And then, yeah, can you make it? Like, yeah, it's quite a dive for Mario. It was like, then I hit the side and then fell. So, like, yeah, sorry, Mario. And then, let's see. This was towards the Corona Mountain. Okay, so now with Corona Mountain, the final area of the game. I'm trying to remember what I was doing special here as far as when this clip was taken. Alright, me trying to be fancy. Me also being on the side there, the spike when I got impaled. Because if the spikes come and hit you, it's an instant death. But I forgot, hey, you can use the hover nozzle in order to get the fire out that way. And then I kept trying a little more on this. But I also said, like, hey, you know, if you shoot from a distance, you can do that. Because it's like, yeah, can I go out that way and do it? And the answer is, yeah, I can. You can feasibly do it either way. And for that, I said, hey, do I have to shoot it from that far distance? You can. So it is a case where you can do it, but you do it quick if you're going to be doing a land. Oh, and at that point, fine. The spike didn't completely kill me, but it pushed me off into the side, and then I died. It's a little bit of a weird case when it comes to those things. And also, more on fun with the fire and spikes in Northern Mountain. I keep getting the life, so I never get in a case of dying. I guess I'm adamant saying, hey, I want to, you know, extinguish the fire from here, and then go. Oh, right, it came up again. That was my concern, but then I put the fire out with the hover nozzle. And that was the case of, yeah, I tried to be on the side, but then I fell in the bubble. Yeah, and these are mostly sequential as far as how these fine. They're sequential in the order of what I did, but it's also the case that, yeah, you're seeing a lot of these things grouped together as far as certain things, which is the reason why. The reason why they're appearing in the sequence that they are. That was a case where, yeah, I did kind of land in there, but it didn't instantly kill me. Yeah, Mario's getting spiked, unfortunately. And then, so, yeah, more on Corona Mountains. Yeah, sorry if you're sick of Corona Mountain. Yeah, we'll get through this. It's also looking really wavy here, although I think part of that is intended. But that was not the element of clip. And if nothing else, it also shows why I'll do practice on games to make sure that, hey, I'm all set. Fire got burned, so, like, yeah, fine. Mario's getting his ass set on fire. Sorry, Mario. As I mentioned, this is before I realized, hey, use the hover nozzle going across. Yeah, there you go. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? Oh, that was a case where, okay, right. I just hit the spikes as they were coming down and realized, wait a second, you cannot die to them. It's basically right as they're coming down, but you have to be very precise, so I'll show this again. Yeah, like that. Alright, so now on April 22nd, I'm sleeping up on the job over here in Bianco Hills. So for this, I'm trying to remember what this is about. Oh, right, I think it was a case of, like, what he was saying when he was like, let's go. And me jumping on that, and... Okay, yeah, I didn't say he said what... I didn't know he said that when he woke up. I think that was what that was about. Now back at the hotel in Serena Beach. Going more on the coins and seeing the great look and sight of everything. Yeah, great sunset look as far as it's absolutely beautiful. Now, the kids are trying to put the fire out without looking at or getting blocked by the camera. There's the coin. Ouch! Me getting burned and being knocked off. That was what that was about. Like, yeah, I just thought that was funny. Then back in the hotel. Yeah, I was trying to hit that from the end there because I said, hey, you know, can I make that trek up to get the blue coin a little faster? Yeah, like, eventually there it goes, and you saw it glinted up there, so we can feasibly get our way. Like, uh-oh, wait, how do I get up there? Oh, right, because it's bouncing. I asked, like, hey, is it bouncing when it does a screen transition? But the answer is yes, it does. And also more in the hotel. Yeah, you hit on the different color panel on the ground there with the ground pound, you go through. That was me sliding through the boo there. In this case, I'm saying, yeah, screw it, I don't care. Okay, I got the coin to clip through the wall and then also fall into the nether regions, I guess, of the level or something. So yeah, in that case, yeah, it was gone, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess I was going 100 coins here specifically. So yeah, that was not a good case when you have one of your coins disappearing. And then back on Gelato Beach. Let's see. There's a Cataquack. There's the blue one. Okay, that was where Watermelon Festival was again. I guess I like that mission as far as showing it off. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, right, because the Cataquack fell out of the tree. Because you're supposed to shoot it out of the tree. It's like, wait a second, why did it just walk out? I wanted to investigate that. And back at Yoshi's Fruit Adventure once more. Right, you have to eat the blue butterflies and don't get the blue coin here. Yeah, where'd the other one go? Wait, hold on. Oh, right, because I was trying to see, yeah, I could eat that guy. Like, wait, right, it's in the walls. Like, can I get this? I had to get off Yoshi in order to get it. Yeah, that was a scare. I was like, wait, can I get that? But if you do have the blue coin disappear on you, if you come back in the mission and do it again, it'll still be there. So it doesn't count to you. Now back at the Yoshi Go Round Secrets in Peanut Park. I think this might have been me getting my hat stolen. Or I was like, fine, no, I'm just gonna shoot around and get all the coins on the beach. Oh, yeah, right, because it landed on me, yeah, so I was right about the hat. It landed on me out of nowhere, and then I had to go and get my hat back. Because when you don't have your hat on, by the way, you continually lose health until you die. When you change to Super Mario 64, where you just take extra damage. But this one, if you don't have your hat, you're going to continuously die. So it's like Indiana Jones, the idea, like, he has to have that hat. Which I've been in the mindset of, because I've been playing that Indiana Jones in the Great Circle, and oh my god, it's fantastic. It's out on PS5 next year, but it already launched on Series S and X for the Xbox console. And then, yeah, Goal shooting that in the water for the durian. That was a case of that one. But I've been enjoying that game. It's fantastic. Everything I think I want to be in more. I mean, I'm thinking one of the best games I've played this year. I'll say that for sure. If you haven't played it, I recommend you take a look at it. Yeah, for this one, I got the blue coin. Was 189, and then I, like, saw the durian, like, fine. Right, I just dove into it. I was like, yeah, let's hit that in the water. Okay, so now back in Peanut Park. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, see, as I said, with some of the stuff, I don't completely remember what I did. Although, to be fair, it's been like 8 months. Oh, right, it was a snipe the bluebird. It was like, yeah, fine. Like, bluebird, where you going? Can I reach you from here? And the answer is, well, it's coming by. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it just down on the perch there. It was like, perfect. There you go. So, yeah, it just goes right through, and it came right to me. That was one way of killing that thing. There's also open up the shells here while you're hearing them playing the, I guess, the seashell variants of the Super Mario Brothers Grassland theme. But if you open the right one, there is a blue coin in there, but I think I said, yeah, screw this. Alright, that was me launching as far as on the ship. It's like, wait, that looked weird how I did the launch. Okay, there you go. Now over here, I'm trying to get the Peach Cane secret going on to bust the, I guess, the baskets in order to get the blue coins underneath. I had a hilarious case of dying when we actually played the game, saying, hey, I just got hit by this because I brought up Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Yeah, trying to get it over here is like, yeah, where is it? Can you come by our way? Oh, but in that case, it's fine. I was going to get the purple one to do my job for me, but yeah, the black one came by and just already destroyed it. Like, oh, okay, thank you. And these were... I was on the 25th, 23rd, 25th. Okay, so back in Noki Bag. Just to give a sense, let's see, where are we on these? Yeah, we're almost done. We're only 2 rows left. And then we'll start going on over the accessories. So for this one... trying to remember... oh, right, I did that. I said, hey, can I make that jump to get this? Yes, I can. So I spun jump just right and grabbed on the lip. I was able to jump down there and get that blue coin for 199. And also, same day going through this, yeah, Gemini 96, you were the hero here. So like, where are these blue coins? Which was the case we did for the show. And just look everywhere. Look at every nook and cranny of this place that you can. Like seeing where it was. And that was... Yeah, me just looking around saying, like, where'd I look? Right, can I make the launch there? Can I get another close call? And the answer is yes. Yeah, number 208. And then we're in Goopy Inferno on May 7th. So yeah, we're getting close to the May 25th start date of this game. Yeah, that was like, yeah, the Goopy, what was it? Actually, no, this is not Goopy Inferno. This is the Chain Chomp Rescue thing. Yeah, he just kind of got going there. It's like, yeah, it kind of went into his mouth. But can I go grab this thing? Yeah, before it goes away. And the answer is yes. I just go in the one area where the fire wasn't, and that's number 224 for blue coins. And then also on May 7th, I said, hey, go around, try and get the one up on the tree. Alright, this is what I was trying to show off, the idea that, hey, when you use the hover nozzle on the tree, you can get yourself launched really high. I think. Yeah. Basically use that to get right to the top. Like that, there you go. I do love doing that. That is one of the coolest glitches in the game. And it does help you, because like, hey, you know, if you're able to get up there, you're able to go and get what you need a lot quicker without having to deal with some of the other things for getting up there normally. Okay, so yeah, this is my blue coin hunt. We almost were done with the blue coins. 225 out of the 240. So I was getting closer. That was the last thing I did. Like, that was that, and it was finishing the game as far as beating Bowser. So yeah, we did do it in order of how we did it on the show as well. More or less. At that point, I said, yeah, can I make that launch and jump over there to get there? And the answer was not quite, because it didn't look like I landed on it. It looked like I hit onto nothing. But I did hit something, so that's that idea. And back in Pianta Village at the Fluff Festival coin hunt. Okay, fine, I did do Goopy Inferno. Now this one... I'm trying to remember what happened here. Okay, I stopped, and then I got knocked off by the wind thing. That was what happened. So yeah, I did technically die getting my ass knocked off. Yeah, I hate those things. But either way, that was the case of it. And that was me falling afterwards. Oh wait, no. Yeah, fine, because I said, fine, let's show what happened. I died. And I just slid down through there. It's like, yeah, sorry, Mario, he's falling. And this... Oh, this is the last of the blue coins. I have 239 behind my head. And so at this point I said, fine, let's get the last one and record the fact that I got the last one. Like, there it was. Like, yeah, I gotta go get it. Mine. All mine. And there you go. That was me getting all the blue coins the first time we did it on the show. And then... Right, we had to pay off the Tanukis. So I said, like, fine, we're gonna record that happening. Both in the game and actually us doing it. This is my first time. Yeah, we're here for that, you mercenaries. I'm sorry, like, yeah, what's the quote and Conquer's Bad Fur Day? It's that one. It's like, fine. They're holding them off. As Gemini 96 indicated, they picked them up in the fracas that was going on. So, like, fine, we're hiding them, and yeah, you have to pay your way out. There you go, you're at 119 Shine Sprites, and then we went and got the last one. That was a big moment. That was on May 9th. That was the big case as far as everything left. And then lastly, that was the day we beat the game. It's, hey, here's Bowser. Let's see what's going on with him. And for this, they said to do that a couple more times. Like, yeah, can I make that distance there? I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. Now for this, there's something funny that happened here. Oh, right, the fact that, Bowser's goop saved me from dying. It looked like I was gonna die, but I hit that specifically, I bounced right up. So, yeah, thank you, Bowser. Fine, he doesn't really want Mario dead. But yeah, fine, what would he do if Mario was gone? He's like, I don't know, he'd probably get bored eventually. Knowing how he's in the RPGs, he'd probably get sense like, fine, my life doesn't have purpose without Mario doing something. And this was the case of, yeah, the final credits and then showing off the picture that was. And that was on May 9th, so yeah, well, and then the last one is just a picture of everything we've got. So alright, that is the practice experience, ladies and gentlemen, of Super Mario Sunshine. A little about under 2 hours for that. But that's what it is. That's what I did to get ready for the show that you saw as far as tonight, and also for the 4 parts we did. And of course, at the end of it, we get the postcard. Yeah, we got to have a relaxing vacation, even though it's not much reward, but we did do it. And so that was the journey. And the last was just a picture of my completed file for the practice right here, all my coin totals, and $9.99, maxing that out on Delfino Plaza because I wanted to see, can you get that many coins on it? And the answer is yes, you can. Go to the airstrip repeatedly. So there you go. That is the practice experience of Super Mario Sunshine. That is all 116 clips and pictures. There you go. Had a great time doing it, and that's that idea. But you're here for another reason. You're not just here just to see, you know, this game being played this way. Because let's get the game booted up. Because we're going to show this game being played in multiple different ways, and I think this is feasibly what y'all came to see. The reason I'm on camera. And we got 2 friends online. Alright, so here's Super Mario Sunshine's case. That being said, I think I wanted to have you watch the intro again, because I got to check something briefly. I will be right back.
Look at that!
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. We're so pleased to welcome you to our beautiful home. Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we've added the world's finest resort facilities, a spectacular amusement park, and succulent seafood. All this and more await you on Isle Delfino. Come relax and let us refresh your body and spirit.
That shadow! Those were the juicy.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a fitting way for you to be able to get that going. Okay, so now, here we are with Super Mario Sunshine again. But here's the deal. Like, we played the game, we beat it already. We're gonna go into Mario B, which is for practice, or fine, we'll do C. C is what we did for the show. C for can you believe we're at the end of this. But, we got more going on because... Now, let's go into the Delfino Plaza. So here we are. Before I get started, let's talk about what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take a look at this game being played with a bunch of accessories. So... when I played the game, as far as on the show, I played with the Gamecube controller, because I do love this controller for this game. In particular, it's one of those games that is well designed around this controller. This is a very specialized controller. I do not think it's the best controller made by human hands, but for Mario Sunshine, it's absolutely the ideal way to play it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Although when I did play it, I actually did not use that. I used the wired one, which is wrapped up still, but here's how it is. Good old Gamecube controller that way. And in order to use that on the Switch, or on Wii U for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which is all just capable of, I use this, the GameCube adapter. So you can plug that into your Switch, into its USB ports with both of these, and have the controller running that way, but that's the idea. Hello everyone, hello Dollyfin, so good to see you tonight for our our last look at Super Mario Sunshine Live. I'm on camera, so good to see you. You got here just in time because we're going to be looking at all of the weird controllers I got for this. We looked at all the practice highlights already. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to let memories flow on Mario Sunshine or curiosity of anything that's going to come out of this basket, or this basket, because we got a lot in here. And we're going to be looking at Super Mario Sunshine and maybe other stuff in this nice basket and some other stuff on the side as well. So, as I was saying before, as Mario is taking a bit of a nap, as I get up, we got a job to do, show off things. You can play this game with the game controller with the adapter for Gamecube, of course. You can use the Pro controller if you want for this game. You can also use the Joy-Cons, which they're two attached to the controller, or the console, I should say, which I have on the table. But there's also... Oh, fine. Actually, you know what? I have two of them in here, and I have them in here for another reason. I'll show that off a little bit. So you can use these to play them. That's pretty simple. As far as these are the controls, or the controllers that they were really designed around. And I'll get that set. Okay, that turned it on. I do need to do this because I'll keep this out for another reason. But that's normal as far as you can play on this thing. 'Cause they designed this game, or they patched it so it used the game controller fully. Using any of the Switch's controllers normally. But what about other stuff? Because I have all the classic controllers for this thing. I have the NES controller. That being said, I'm going to boot this up specifically as far as it. The thing about this controller, as I'll put the other one to sleep. There's not much I can really do to play with NES, because remember, this is an analog stick controlled game, so the only thing I can really do is just jump. Like A and B are just jump, and then select is going to that menu, and start is pausing. So yeah, unfortunately, it'd be cool to feasibly use this controller, but that's the challenge really when it comes to the Super Mario Sunshine look, which is I need to have controllers that I can have an analog stick to play that with. Same case goes also with the good old Super Nintendo controller. I know one of your favorites, Dolly Finn, and one of mine as well. Same deal as like, hey, I only have a B and A, and fine, I can do more because I hit the Y button, but D-pad's not moving, so I can only jump and dive. So actually, you know what? Fine. Okay, fine. I can sorta play with the Super Nintendo controller, but alright, we can't move. So for this case, let's try and... Let's do Road to the Big Windmill. So alright, fine, we're gonna play with the Super Nintendo controller, but yeah, I can't move, so what do we do? And then there's Shadow Mario, so fine, I can just basically... Okay, I can shoot, because the R button is shoot. So I just jump and dive forward. This is the idea, it's like, yeah, ever thought you see this game we play with this? Although, to be honest, this is not the most amazing thing you can play this controller with. I'm gonna see how far I can get this, and then I'll look at other stuff. Because, yeah, I also have the Sega Genesis controller. That is here. I'm kind of gonna be limited the same way I'm with NES, because I only have A and B, and the C button is not mapped to anything. So that's, unfortunately, not gonna be much of a factor we can really show. But don't worry, I'm building up to the good stuff. I know there's things people want to see. There's something I was actually donated for the purpose of tonight's show. I need to also... Yeah, let me slide through. So, like, yeah, fine. The challenge run of Super Mario Sunshine is how far can you get with this control? And the answer is... Okay, you can hit X to change the nozzle. So it's like, okay, fine. I can sort of move forward. Okay, there we go. So, alright, fine. We're sort of making it. Like, come on, Mario. Come on, Mario, jump. They said, yeah, fortunately, Mario can't sign. But also, it's worth pointing out when it comes to the hover nozzle, you do move forward a little bit. See, me holding the R button makes sense, and then L is going to the menu, as far as that menu. That being said, I don't think I'm going to be able to get much further. Okay, at least I'll be able to kill enemies with this thing. Okay, fine. That's pretty fun. But I gotta exit area, because, yeah, I don't think we can be playing with that one much more. But at least to show that. Okay, so let's move this up a little more and get something a little more in line. Well, not exactly. Unless it's dead, in which case, that's also why I brought out the charge cable. So, like, yeah, you can plug this into USB port on your Switch, or one of the three that are on the console, put it in, and I can plug this in to charge. Actually, I have to do this for one of the controllers I'm going to show, and don't worry, I've got it. It's fine. I gotta charge the Nintendo 64 controller. Here it is. Yeah, it's dying. So, but since it's plugged in, I can have it charging and play. Okay, so this is a little closer, because, yeah, I do have an analog stick, so I can move around totally. I can also jump. It's A and B or jump. And, fine, the C stick is emulated as far as this, so I can use the C buttons to emulate that, to play it. So actually, this is pretty playable. But unfortunately, here's the deal. I don't have an X button, so here's the deal. I have to shoot the water. And since this is not an analog trigger like on Gamecube, I can't shoot while moving. Oh, fine. I can't move like this and then shoot unless I'm jumping. So in that case, I can do it that way. Z button lets me do the ground pound, so that works. But I also can't switch nozzles. And L is the case of going in this menu for my totals. And D-pad doesn't do anything either, so... This is something a little more playable in the sense that I can do stuff, but if I have to use hover nozzle for anything, it's not happening. So unfortunately, I mean, this is the most playable thing we've got so far. But because you're lacking buttons, that's always the question. And I'll tell you, I was in a case of that. I said on past shows, I'll mention the story. I said when it came to Mario Party Superstars, which came out a couple years ago, it's having elements from all the Mario Party games that went past. And there's just that new one that I hear is amazing, Super Mario Party Jamboree. But I said, hey, why don't I play this game with the Nintendo 64 controller? Show my love of the classic edition when it first started, of the first three, and say, hey, play with this controller. But I ran into a bit of a problem, and Gemini 96 can attest to this. I was a party with him, and also with Medics. We played Mario Party, as I'm going to go in here. I realized that for some of the mini games, I don't have enough buttons. So there's one in from Mario Party 4 where you need the X and the Y buttons. I realized, wait a minute, I can't actually play this. And I had made our team lose that game because I had to be the smartass saying, oh, this is perfect for playing this. I can do that, but alas, I could not. So with that case, like, yeah, this is limited. So as I mentioned, the secret of the Switch is that you can feasibly play any game on this console with any controller you have, assuming that you have enough buttons to run it, and assuming that the movement method of the game is supported by the controller you're using. So with everything we showed so far, in this case, I can turn off the Nintendo 64 controller. And I'll turn the Genesis one on just because, just to show it going. In this case, it's like NES. I'm using the Sega Genesis controller to play Mario, but in this case... Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so... Wait a minute. Okay, so... This is interesting. So, the C button is apparently... That's apparently emulating the ZR button on the Pro Controller. I didn't know that. And so is the mode button. Okay, so fine. I can do more with the Genesis controller than I thought. But because it's analog stick controlled, hitting that D-pad is doing nothing. Okay, so fine. Alright, fine. Good to know. So then if you have a case of this, like you have something that's a ZR, the C button is ZR, apparently. Okay. And it's worth pointing out also, when it comes to these classic controllers, you cannot change you cannot do custom button mapping on these. But okay, that's actually something useful to know. So I have a game that uses only A, B, and ZR. I could use the Genesis controller with it, specifically. Okay, but with that, we take a look at that, but... Okay, fine. Since I did show the Joy-Cons, I'm going to show these feasibly the right way. Because when you buy the Switch, it comes with a brick. You can put the Joy-Cons in that. I have them set that way. So in that case, you can play like a traditional controller. Now, this does have all the buttons you need, because this game was designed around running the, all the default controllers on the console. So at this point, like, hey, if you don't like the Joy-Cons out of the side in each of your hands, in this case, you have a more traditional controller. But that's pretty basic, so... Yeah, fine. You can also have them in hand like that, so play it that way, no problem. But there's no motion elements going on this one. That's Mario Galaxy that has that. So pretty typical, but fine. There's one other thing I do want to show with these, and I actually forgot this is actually a factor. And this is going to be the part now where we're getting into wacky stuff. Also, I can take its cable out, because there's need this for the Nintendo 64 controller. I didn't know it was dead. But in this case, we put that over to the side. Because... Yeah, here we go. This is also kind of the same method, but I want to show you this. I'm also feasibly trying to hide this a little bit before I put this in the camera view. Oh, I took a capture by accident, but it was not necessarily by accident. It's fine. Let's play Mario with guns. So, okay, these are the game guns. I used these when we played the House of the Dead remake. I bought these things, basically just to give a sense of what they are. Pull this one out. It's a shell. You can put the left and right Joy-Cons into them like this. So, feasibly, you put the right one on the bottom. You put the other one on the top. And you play Super Mario Sunshine like this, where it's fine. I'm doing another capture. Fine. Like, I'm aiming here as far as that, looking around, running, jumping, and then hitting that way, and then just shooting. So fine. If you're like, hey, you wanna, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. Going back to the beginning of the show, what's going on? We're gonna go hunting for Petey Piranha. So fine. Like, yeah, if you want to turn this into like a hunting game. Except, fine, it's not really changing much. It's not like, hey, I'm aiming this and shooting at anything. Fine. Then with the House of the Dead remake, it's not doing that either. It's basically just the idea that, hey, it's running on the motion sensing capabilities of the Joy-Con. You're basically then just aiming at the screen. Fine, you know what? No, well, actually, no. No, we're not going. I went the wrong mission. Fine, I'll tell you what we do. We're gonna do two things. Petey Piranha needs to have special treatment. So what we're gonna do do something different. But I am gonna go and do this Shine Sprite with the guns. Like, fine, it's a little wacky, though, as far as holding it. It's fine, I have to hold it kind of at the top this way. And it's one of those things that, until I was looking through as far as my accessories, I didn't realize, wait a minute, I have these things, I can use these. So in this case, fine, I can clean up the goop, but yeah, you know what? This is as close as you'll get to, like, a motion control case, but there's not motion control going on. Just is looking like it. It's like, yeah. Be shooting a gun out as far as, like, this, because fine, Flood is like a water gun. That's the idea. Actually, yeah, this is pretty playable, honestly. Because it's basically the Joy-Con. I do need to get this guy set. Alright, come on out. Yeah, in this case, I'm like aiming the gun at him. Like, yeah. Alright, Piranha Plant, you're going down. Yeah, if you ever wanted this game to be violent, specifically as far as Mario, you know, we're gonna make it more violent. Yeah, I don't want to get out of the way of that. It is a little harder to play because of how this is set, but it is interesting. I don't know if you ever played Mario Sunshine with a light gun. Fine. A light gun shell. That's what it's like, the Wii Zapper on the Wii. Or like the Perfect Shell that the Wii accessory for, which is basically it's a handgun take on the Wii Zapper. There's something like House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return on that, but maybe not for stuff like Signposts 2 or Ghost Squad, where Ghost Squad's kind of case of you want to rest on your arm. Actually, yeah, LA Machine Guns and Gunblade New York, those being definitely cases of that. And I'm running out of water. Yeah, so yeah, Mario's getting his battle damage going on. Like, yeah, fine, come on out. Yeah, press R, stand still, yeah, which is what I want to do. Fine, we're hunting Piranha Plants today, come on. Ouch. Come on. Oh, no! Get out of my way, they need to die too. Oh no, I'm gonna repeat the thing with Petey Piranha. Okay, no, I'm not. There you go. So yeah, we beat him. We were able to shoot him with the guns. Like, all right, got the lock and loaded. Well, with Petey Piranha, we gotta do this a little differently. In fact, you know what? We're gonna come back in. I'm not gonna bother doing this right now. Cause fine, I'll tell you what we're gonna do with Petey Piranha. We're just gonna continue, but I mentioned when we did the House of the Dead remake, I said, I got 2 of these things, right? Yeah, I did, so I'll tell you what we're doing. We're gonna double barrel this thing, so yeah. Petey Piranha. Yeah, we're using both guns now, so fine. In this case, it's actually harder, because I have to have my hand up this one. So yeah, this is not how you're holding the gun usually, as far as it's. You want to hold it usually down at the bottom. Like, fine, we're doing hunting of Petey Piranha. Fine, he did it. Fine. On the practice, he embarrassed me as far as what it is by killing me right after I killed him. So fine. We're gonna make this go on. So at this point, it's the same control as the other one. It's just that I have another gun in my hands. Yeah, this is fun. And it's also something that I said, yeah, I gotta be on camera to show this because this is a pretty interesting way to do this. And fine, this is not the weirdest case of what we're gonna be able to show. In fact, one case, I'm not gonna be able to show this game specifically with it much. But there's another game I'm gonna show with it as well. So I'm giving you a little bit of a bonus. Oh, yeah, shit, the bridge is out. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I guess I'm feasibly in a bloodlust for PD Piranha. That I'm like, yeah, I'm missing that case. Although, fine, like, he'll be back. We're not killing him. I mean, technically, actually, I don't know, chat, are there characters who die in the Mario universe? I mean, I guess so. I guess some of the RPGs, you don't see characters who go away again. Although, fine, they then come back. I know, like, even Smithy in that game, he came back at the end of the game. So, I was like, alright, fine. We saved him, but he's a part of the parade. So, like, yeah, we didn't kill him. Oh, well. We definitely need some water as far as how we're going. Yeah, in this case, I'm just kind of going this way. Okay, so far, yeah, many good memories as far as just playing this game for show and just in general. Like, yeah, there you go. Whoa. You are seeing, yeah, the vines are pulsating. So yeah, Peter Piranha, you ready to go down? In this case, yeah, just be set heaven as far as what's going on. Alright, hi, Peter Piranha, ready to die? He's probably looking at us like, yeah, what are you talking about with those guns? Yeah, you're trying to intimidate me with that. I was like, yeah, no, I've got 2 of these, and, yeah, you're going down. As I mentioned, the only thing is that it's putting the trigger, I don't know if you can see this, it's putting the trigger of the ZR button on the right one into where the trigger hold is. So it's not like it's adding a trigger, it's basically saying, like, hey, position it specifically to do it this way. Same deal as before, wait till he opens his mouth and start shooting water inside. At this point, because I'm using the Joy-Cons, I gotta remember, yeah, press in the right analog stick to do that. It'll hold his water specifically just, yeah, as soon as he opens... Oh, no! Actually, I don't think I ever saw him actually generate a Piranha plane here. And, would I have to hit him? Oh, ZL, so, like, fine, I gotta have my hands up here this way. Okay, I jumped off. Actually, yeah, I don't think I ever saw him... Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, he said, he's not as, you know, precise as controlling the other way. Yeah, this way it also looks better, even though, like, yeah, it's not motion control. Like, yeah, I've got the gun aimed at his mouth as far as, like, the water guns. It's like I bought a Super Soaker off eBay or something. Like, wait, I didn't hit him? Okay, now I got him. And thankfully, you can hit him on the side like I showed when we played, but in that case, fine. Same deal. Sorry, fine. There you go. You're dead. Okay. There you go. That is your case of it. Bye-bye to PD Piranha. Okay. And I jumped right in there. I was like, yeah, Mario's like, yeah, I'm tired as far as this. There you go. Okay, so that is how you beat PD Piranha with the game guns. Although fine, it's basically just the Joy-Cons, but in shell. Okay. So that was pretty fun, but, yeah, there's other things we gotta show with this, being played. So fine, we got guns, we got, classic controllers, we got the controllers that came with the system, but I think now is the time. We gotta get some other stuff going on, because I got drums. You ever played a game like this with drums before? Okay, here's the first one. Let me unwrap the cable in this one. I did show this, or let you hear this, a few weeks ago. We did the Donkey Kong Country portable port showcase. Here we go. These are the DK Bongos. These were used with, let me pull this off my shelf. This is the purpose of this. These are 2 games I own. And we can play, we play both of these sort of for the show. I just have to be specific on one of them. They came with Donkey Konga. This is a music game from Namco that Nintendo made the accessory for. And then they made a platforming game called Jungle Beat. There's also a Wii version, but for the purpose of this, we run on the Gamecube. Yeah, for those games, it used this accessory. So yeah, you have the drum here as far as playing the bongos. So it's a GameCube controller. So remember, if you have that GameCube adapter like you do, you plug this baby right in, and we can have some fun with this. Now, one thing I gotta do is make sure that I get this in right. Okay, and then just plug in the bongos. She's like, yeah, how do we play this game with bongos? Well, I'll show you how. Okay, so one thing I'm also gonna do is move some of this stuff away. Because you need some space to play with these things. Yeah, Mario, yeah, I'm gonna wake him up now. Okay, what's he doing? He's like shaking his head. Okay, so, for the bongos, since you know, you have the 2 buttons here. So on the right, on the right over here, these are supposed to be like the A and B buttons, but for this game, when you press down, it switches your, switches your nozzle. And pressing down on this one puts you in the first person view. And if you clap, or you hit the side of the bongo, this is the R button. So basically, why is he doing the shooting? That's why I'm shooting that Pianta in the way. But because you can technically switch off the nozzles by hitting this one, you can just talk into the mic like this, and try and get going. Mario, go! Ooh. Yeah, but I'm not necessarily getting much perspective going on, but I was able to get it going, so I'm kind of jumping, but yeah, not too much, unfortunately. So, fine, we're diving. Yeah, what's Mario doing? Also, I don't think this is coming off too loud, but if it is, let me know. As far as on the mic. I do have the mic positioned over on the side because of this. Basically, I'm not having a position on the same area. But yeah, just keep going, Mario. Come on. And the only other thing is, fine, I have start button on here. Alright, 0% chance of rain, and also 0% chance of us going into a level. So fine, I'm diving down. It's like, okay, fine. Yeah, can I surface in time? I don't know, Mario's might die underneath here. Oh, come on, Wario, go up. Okay, okay, I survived. Wow, okay. Yeah, as you're seeing, this game probably isn't that playable, and just to let you know as far as how this works, the way this maps is that I believe the thought is that boat is just bumping into us. The left and right are supposed to be the A buttons, but as far as this, that would be the, I think the X button for this, because that changes your nozzles. And that's pressing the right analog stick, because that's how you are able to get the over-the-shoulder view. And then this is R button. I know that's it, because that's the mic. It's right in there. If you're talking to that, that's why I was doing that stuff. It was weird when it goes on to that. So yeah, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do to play this game with it. But it is a case like, yeah, what does this look like? Can we feasibly go far? And the answer is not completely. But, that being said, I can also pull out this controller, as far as this, and say, fine, you know what? Even without the drum going, I can at least get my way out here. Basically, I can control multiple controls at once. So if I wanted to shoot stuff, like jump and shoot, I can do that. So I can basically have the mic of this going, and play with this before, and my Nintendo 64 controller is dying, but that's fine, I'm not intending to. I thought I turned that off. Okay, so now it's off. Actually, yeah, you didn't see that as far as, like, behind you, there's this beep, like, what the fuck was that? Like, that's what happened. And now, since I'm talking and because I'm doing a show, I'm definitely running 2 mics. I got the one for the show, and this one in this device. And I'm hitting L somehow. There you go. Okay. So yeah, not too much we really can do with this, unfortunately. I wish it could be feasibly better. But it is an interesting case, and at least I wanted to show that off. And next, I want to show one other thing. This is a case of something that was donated to me. Actually, you know what? Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that yet. This is actually something I think we can do a little better than the other thing. Now, let's turn this on again. Just with some music going on. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm not going to pull out that other thing yet, because I want to show... I'm going to go and try doing Poison River again. Why? I guess feasibly get a death for Poison River, but also because I want to try it with something else. I want to try it with our next accessory, because I know this is something I can show. And then... because I only have about... let's see... okay, I only have 3 accessories to show, but one of them I'm going to have to switch a game on. And the last one, I'm going to show this game with it, but I'm actually going to put in the Gamecube version to show that, for reasons I'll get to a little later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try and go to Poison River, and then when I get there, I'm going to pull out another controller. Oh, fine, I'm working at a little bit of a disadvantage here in the sense that I'm using the Switch controller, yeah, like that. I've usually just plugged the GameCube controller in. I was like, no, I actually, for what I'm doing, I can't plug the GameCube controller in because I need USB port for what I'm using. So, what did Yoshi want? Perfect, he wants the coconut. Okay, so I'm going to try and go over by Poison River because I want to see if I can't do this thing with it. I think it has to be shown that way. Just to let you know what it is, the CDI controller. I'll show when we get over there. Yeah, in the meantime, feel free to go into anything else you got in your minds as far as game-wise. I'll also go into... land there. Whoa. Okay, so I want to go here and bounce there and get down and get that. Okay. Because I don't need this anymore, I can move the notebook over here because... since we're going to have some downtime for doing this... we can talk about stuff about the Game Awards that happened the other day. Those were on Thursday night. The big winner was Astrobot, winning a bunch of awards, including Game of the Year. Also, Metaphor Refantasia, which you know is a favorite of Kazan22's. That won a bunch of stuff, including Best RPG over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which won First Music. And also, Blatro got a lot of wins as well. But of course, the thing with the Game Awards, as is the case, and since we're going to have to be waiting for this boat, this is the perfect time to go into this. The world premieres, they always have that element. Jeff Keighley, who hosts it, says, hey, by the way, we have new games that are coming out, and they show them off. Usually they're first. People's like, oh, we're going to get Switch 2 announcement there. We didn't. Usually Nintendo tends not to do that. But we did find some interesting stuff out as far as new stuff coming around. One of those being Mafia the Old Country, which is, I think, the 4th game in the Mafia franchise of Rockstar's. It's supposed to be more centralized, I think, in the sense that, those are open world games. That one's kind of be more narratively focused and more linear. But people are kind of, I think, liking that from the idea of maybe like, hey, when you get a big game like that, maybe it's too overwhelming, perhaps. Or maybe a case that, hey, the story of Mafia is great, going back to the original. So the thought of having a new way of, like, focusing on the story that way for it. They showed that. They announced a sequel to Okami. I've mentioned Okami on this show so many times. I want to play that game for the... no, back! Crap! Okay, fine, we're going back Yoshi again. Yeah, they announced a sequel to Okami. It's a action-adventure RPG that was on PlayStation 2 from 2006. It was my favorite game on the PlayStation 2. It is one of my favorite games of the modern era. I love this game. It's kind of a case where you're this reincarnation of a sun god, Amaterasu, and you're in the form of a wolf. And you're joined by Isun, who's this kind of small insect, or fine, turned into an insect, who's definitely a bit of a perverted case. But it's also something that, it's absolutely beautiful as you're trying to bring the land back from the evils of the creatures there. In terms of its great color palette as well. And it also is great in terms of how it plays and sounds. They made a prequel on DS called Okami Den, which actually goes for a lot of money now. I was not aware it jumped the price that much. Capcom came out and said, oh yeah, we have this sequel coming around, and it's also something that, one of my favorite games this year that was nominated for Best Strategy Game, because there's tons of really good things nominated for Strategy Game this year. Frostpunk 2 won it, but there was also, Unicorn Overlord was up for it, as well as Konitsugami Path of the Goddess, which is by Capcom. It has almost the look of Okami, and there's actually like specific skins for the game. They'll let you have like Okami outfits going on, and I'm trying to make that jump, and I'm not doing a good job to do this. Fine, yeah. Unfortunately, this might be taking a while. So in that case, it looks like, hey, you know, that seems like Okami. The case of, hey, this is something neat for that. And apparently they thought, hey, we're gonna get another one of these, which is kind of a miracle because Okami did not sell that well. I remember I was actually in community college at the time that game came out. I was trying to push that game on people saying like, hey, this game's awesome, you gotta play it. If people was telling me, hey, I went to Walmart to try and buy it, they said this game didn't sell well, they sent their stock back. Like, what? I was kind of taken aback by that, saying, what's going on here? And I came known for that. Actually, a lot of people were like, oh, I'd love to play this game, you keep telling me how good it is. And they played it later, like, yeah, you're right, this game is really awesome. And they ported it to the Wii, and then they ported it to, then they ported it to PS3. And then to PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. So it is available on all the consoles, and it's on the PC as well. And the thought, like, hey, they're gonna do another one, was always the thought, like, did this game do that well? And also, it was one of the last games by Clover Studios, which was made up of, a lot of people who would go on to form Platinum Games, like Hideki Kamiya, who they mentioned specifically he's coming back to direct this. Which is gonna be awesome. It's like, okay, so he was involved with the original. So they're doing a new one of those, and I cannot wait to see what that's like. They only gave us a teaser. They just call it an Okami sequel. But like, yeah. I want to show that game for the show so badly. There's another 2026 game, I think. Celebrate 20 years of that one, because that game is awesome. But I do want to scope that, because that's a fantastic game. If you haven't played Okami, I'd highly recommend you do. Yeah, speaking of Capcom stuff, they also have a return to another franchise of theirs that's been dormant for a while. Onimusha. Onimusha's getting its 5th installment. That is Way of the Sword. That was one of those cases like, yeah, Onimusha's coming back? Yeah, it is. Also, fine. I'm gonna take a better case out of town. Like, hey, you know, where can I go where I can be safe? Yeah, but admittedly, I'll say this as far as Onimusha. I've never... Actually, no, I think I might have played one of them at one point. Or maybe I didn't. But, yeah, it's kind of this, kind of samurai hack-and-slash game that started off like Resident Evil a lot. But then it kind of turned into its own thing. And a franchise that's been dormant, I think, longer than even Okami has been. Because at least Okami then came out on the DS years later, like 2010. But yeah, this one... Okay, fine. I guess I want to find my way out of here just so I can at least have a better case of not getting Yoshi drowning. Yeah, I'll do that first and then I'll get back as far as what that is. But I know a lot of people are really ecstatic about Onimusha returning. And I'm curious about it too, because especially, hey, I've heard they're really, really good. We should definitely probably play that for the show. When we do, we'll play Genma Onimusha, which is on Xbox, which is the enhanced version first. And the other ones are all PS2. They also announced a new Ninja Gaiden game. It's a 2D one. You're not playing as Ryu Hayabusa in this one, though. Called Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's very pixel graphic looking, specifically. It has, like, specific nods to the original on NES. That looked great. They're finally doing another Virtua Fighter. I've been waiting for Virtua Fighter 6 forever. Crap. Shit, Fine, maybe I shouldn't be, trying to do this with, Poison River. Fine, I'll give it one more attempt. If I don't, I'll, pull this out for something else. I thought I'd go edit to show this doing for Poison River, but either way. Yeah, they have a new, Virtua Fighter game, Virtua Fighter 6. It's coming out from, Ryuga Gotaku Studios, the people who make the Yakuza, Like a Dragon games. And also got another game of theirs, Project Sensory, they, indicated that they've got running specifically also. Can I shouldn't be jumping on that boat. It was like, yeah, what's the better way to get over there? Well, okay, fine. The better way to get over there is going this way. come on. Alright, come on, Yoshi, let's get going. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm trying to do the spin jump. Like, fine, let's do that. Okay, yeah, why did I not do it? But yeah, I still made it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they also showed The Witcher 4. They are making that, and CG Projekt Red also specifically said, like, don't worry, we're not going to be fucking this up the way we did with Cyberpunk 2077. So they said, we're going to take our time on this one specifically to make sure that we don't bring it out buggy. That's been the stereotype with CD Projekt Red stuff, and they kind of brought it on themselves, with all due respect, so... That's going to be a good case, because fine, Cyberpunk 2077 is a way better working game now than it was when it came out, but the case is that probably shouldn't have come out that way in the first place. But that Witcher 4 looked really cool as far as another one of those. There's a new Turok game, Turok Origins, which they're doing a third-person take on Turok. First time they've ever done that. That new Sonic Racing game, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I believe it's still Sumo Digital's making it. That, from what some of the information's come out since the show when they announced that, apparently it's going to have you going across time and space. Because it gets a question, like, after the 3 they've made, what do they got left? But that's the idea what they had. It looked pretty cool, it's just a teaser. But even some people I know, including Ultra94T, who's perhaps a bigger Sonic fan than even I am, he was like, who asked for this? To which, like, yeah, I know, but it's also, I guess, a case of those Sonic Racing games, which are Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, no. Wait, no, is it? No. No, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, which you played for the show. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, which is the first one, and then Team Sonic Racing. They're fun games, generally speaking. Fine, Team Sonic Racing sucks on the Switch because it runs like shit. And the new one's coming to the Switch as well, but it's coming to everything else. Hopefully they'll optimize it better, I'll say that on Switch. But they're a lot of fun still, like the best racing games as far as kart racing that aren't Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart. So I'm curious to see another one of those. There's a new Elden Ring game, Elden Ring Night Reign, which is kind of a spin-off, and I guess it's going to the fact that the DLC of Elden Ring did not win a damn thing when it came to the awards. I guess people heard saying like, hey, wait a second, we don't want to have the DLC for a game from a few years ago winning. I guess, but that was an interesting case. And yeah, I mentioned Virtua Fighter 6. Oh my god, I cannot wait for Virtua Fighter 6. I've been begging for that one for years and years and years, and yeah, I'm so happy to see that. I bet Emetics is also probably giddy about that one, because I know he loves Virtua Fighter. He's mentioned on the show that way. And I've been saying that recently, saying like, wait a second, all these other fighting franchises are coming back. There's Tekken 8, which won for Best Fighting Game, by the way, as far as the Game Awards, which is a great game. And we definitely should show something next as far as Tekken, or show more on that in the show. I don't know if Age is the one we'll show next. Feel free to let me know what you want to see as far as next, because we showed in 3 already. We can definitely show some of the other ones, and I'd be open to any suggestions you got. But also, Fatal Fury's coming back next year with Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I can't wait for that. That's in April. But I was like, yeah, Virtua Fighter's been kind of dormant, and there's been Street Fighter 6 and things like that. It's like, where's that? Like, I'd love to see Virtua Fighter coming back, and apparently Sega heard. And so it's not Yu Suzuki's doing it, although Yu Suzuki didn't even do Virtua Fighter 5. But they did give an indication to him when it came to the Virtua Fighter Direct they had, because there's a Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, which is coming to PC, and I think they're patching... Hang on. Oh, shit! Okay, fine. I'm gonna not elaborate this out any longer. I was gonna try and do Poison River this way with this thing, but I'm not gonna. Also, it's kind of the end of what I was gonna say. But, like, yeah, Yuzuki didn't make 5, but he's not making this one either, but he came out and he's given his blessing, so definitely looking forward to that. Okay, fine. So that was at least a worthwhile attempt to get that, because fine. You're wondering why was I so adamant initially? Because I wanted to show this. I actually bought... turn this back on just so I can have something to go with. I wanted to show this to you. This is the CDI controller from Limited Run Games. It's called the Limited Run Classic Gray Controller. It says, for use with Switch and PC systems with a 8.4-foot cord, ideal for action games, faster reaction speeds, higher scoring potential. This is what the CDI, the Philips unit, this had a variance of a controller, and I have it in the box with games, action, and fun. They clearly went all the way as far as this 90s case of itself. So I bought this controller, just to show one quick thing. It was designed around this game, RZ, the Jewel of Faramore, which is a takeoff on the Zelda CDI games, like an homage to it that also said, what if we designed this as far as it being a good game? And they did, and it actually is pretty good. Actually, before I do that, though, this is a wired controller. I just want to show this taken out of the box. I bought this controller specifically for tonight's show. I said, as soon as I saw that was coming around, I said, I gotta get this controller, number one, for my collection, and number two, I have to show it being played with Super Mario Sunshine. So here it is. It looks like a spoon. This is one of the controllers that the CDI had. There was one that was like a remote control. There was one that was like a Genesis controller like this, except it only used like 2 buttons for some reason, or there's 3. There were some other ones, but yeah, this spoon. So this is your control movement, and then you have the buttons spread around all over the place, and you do have feasibly almost every button you need to play this game with. So I said, yeah, what's this going to look like? Now, it is a wired cable, as I mentioned, so I got to plug this in, but there's one thing also I realized. I guess going back to what the Angry Video Game Nerd mentioned when he looked at the CDI to start, he said, quote, to begin with, it barely fucking works. That's a good sign, right? That's how this controller was, and I want to show you something that Limited Run's instructions did not indicate whatsoever. I don't know if they did this as a joke or what, but if I just gotta plug this baby in. Because I'm able to use this now, but here's the thing. When I plugged this in when I first got this about 2 or so months ago, there's a setting you have to set on your Switch in order to actually use this. You have to go to Controller and Sensors. You have to have Pro Wired Communication on. I turned that off. It's not doing anything. I didn't have this on, and when I first put it in, I said, this thing's not working, to the point where I kind of in a panic bought RZ Jewel of Faramore off the back of it, because, well, fine, I was going to buy it anyway, just for the purpose of that, but also I said, that's the controller was designed around. I said, is this controller actually something I can use with the games? I then realized, okay, turn on Pro Controller Wired Communication. There you go. By the way, when you turn that on, you cannot use amiibos on a controller when you have it wired, so you have to pull the cable out and then use it wirelessly. But for this, you use that, and then you can use the spoon all you want. So, question. Does this work with Super Mario Sunshine? The answer is yes, and the reason for that is because of the disc here. This is an analog stick. Thank God this is an analog stick. So that means I can move around. So yeah, with Mario, I've got the spoon here. I'm using the spoon to control Mario. This is an analog stick and can have every button on the controller going. And by the way, the A button is up here. The X button's here. Yeah, the X and Y buttons are up here. Then L and R are down here. So it's like, yeah, they're kind of all spaced out. There's the home button. This does have a home button. And then there's plus and minus. The only things that are missing on this controller is missing the ZL and the ZR buttons. You can't do ground pounding. But for the purpose of this, yeah, we can play Super Mario Sunshine with this thing, and... okay, I've never done that before on the ground. Okay, that's cool to have seen that happen. Okay, so fine. Oh, we gotta... See, my thought was gonna be, hey, I can do the Poison River with this thing. But I couldn't even get there. That would, because that would be poetic. So, fine, let's do this and see how this goes. I don't think I can get over there to do that. I'll tell you, let me think about what I want to do. Or Chad, if you have any suggestions on some interesting shine challenges we can try with this. Actually, no, I think I know what I can do. Let's try going to the casino again. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be playing, yeah, we're getting really lucky if he's playing with the spoon. Alright, so let's play with the spoon. So let's do, The Secret of Casino Dolfino. Because feasibly gonna be Lady Luck on your side in order to play with this controller. Although, fine, as I said, it plays fine, but it also is hilarious saying, like, hey, can you play other games with this thing? But also the way you hold it, it feasibly is a one-handed controller to a certain degree. But it's also the case that, fine, you have to scrunch your fingers all around the buttons to get a sense, like, where is everything? And it's not as precise as other things as you probably could guess. And also, because the B button's all the way down here, it's like, wait, when I want to talk to people, or if I hit A. Never mind, it's fine. I could use A or B. So let's go to the casino. Why not? Hi, I want to go in the casino. I want to go gambling. I got my spoon. It's like, oh, you got a spoon. Fantastic. I guess it's something also for all of you fans of the Tick. Okay, so anyway, let's go and figure this out. So, alright, fine. We're going to be using this to complete this challenge. And remember, also, this is not an analog case either, so you have to make sure you're standing still. That's the only way to go about. And so, fine, you. Nothing. Unfortunately, this is the tough one. We gotta get the, what was it? We gotta get the, 7s here. Also, since I can't, look, yeah, you can't press in the right analog stick. Alright, I got it really quick. Yeah, talk about being lucky. Yes, you can't do the over-the-shoulder view, by the way, when you're playing with this controller. But since I can stand still and shoot by touching R, I can then just aim at each of these individually. There's one. This is interesting. And there's that one, and then... Yeah, chat, I don't know what you're thinking as far as seeing this thing. It's pretty hilarious. Alright, come on. Yeah, there's one. Or two, I should say. Got it. Okay, there we go. So we open the curtain, and now we can go do this. It's fun. Oh yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever seen this thing, Dolly Fan. I'll say that. It is an interesting controller. I'm glad I bought it, even though I bought it specifically, I guess not necessarily for function. There's a sense of, let's show this thing being played with all these weird controllers. Although, fine, remember, this thing's tough anyway, even with the normal controller, to get this going, so... This is gonna be interesting to see if I can even get in here. Another point where I kind of want to just hit the stuff at the top, if I can. And hopefully see if I can't get through this. He's mad. Like, yeah, be mad. I'm using the spoon. Sorry. Or, fine, let's see. Actually, hold on. Can I go past the... Oh, right, I forgot. It's an invisible wall. And I think you can click through it. Okay, so fine. This is all I'm going to do. I'm going to jump and hit very specifically on the bottom for some of this. Okay. Oh, no. Of course, it flips over the other ones. So that makes it harder. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm going to plug another controller just to get through this. I'm going to say, we have to deal with the spoon. As I said, it means you could play this feasibly with anything. In fact, you know what? I probably should use this when we do Plumbers Over Ties, even though that was a 3DO game, not a CDI game. Although, given the adult-oriented games that were on CDI, I'm surprised it wasn't on that console as well. But if nothing else, you're hearing the relaxing casino music. Alright. And that's one. No. Yeah, unfortunately, because the water sprays off on the side. Okay, that's one, but okay. Fine, because I want to start spraying here, and then... I want to try and get the ones on the top. If I can get all those on the top, so I don't have to clear the ones on the bottom again, that'll be my best bet. And there is free water in here. Just hit R to get it. But I do need to also... Okay, that's that. So actually, right, since I don't have that other thing that I can't really position myself that way, so fine. So, I think you can. Well, okay, you do sort of center yourself when you hit R as it's just feather it. Yeah, I'm trying to be precise with this thing. That's, like, a fool's errand. Yeah, like, yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, he's mad at me. He's like, fine, be mad at me. I gotta get this thing. Alright, so that's up in the corner. Fine, this is the thing that, fine, I guess I gotta hit on the side. Okay, there we go. So there's that. And there's that one, but then there are those two, which, okay, fine. What I can do is, I can aim up above and then go, flip that one over. So yeah, one of my coworkers said when it comes to Corona Mountain, this game, you have to be a surgeon when it comes to this. But yeah, this is, even more of a case, like, okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a side jump. Okay, so I have to get really creative as far as doing this. Whoa. Now, hold on. Okay, that's... Hey, there you go. Yeah, I feel like I'm going backwards, so it's like, oh, fine. Yeah, the jumbo slots. Triple solving is the best you can do, and you can get them both slots. I did do that. That I actually had a way easier time doing. It's this part that I'm having trouble on. Well, fine. Because I'm using a controller it's not necessarily designed around using, but okay. Okay, that's good. I'm trying to aim it upwards so I can just hit one. Yeah, I hit the one I didn't want to. Yeah, also there's a delay afterwards. Fine, this is finicky no matter what you do. Although since it is just one, I kind of just want to, yeah, do that. So then that one goes. Did it get that? Okay, got that one and got the one in the corner. So yeah, as long as I hit the ones in the corner, we're good. So fine, this isn't quite, Poison River doing this, but... Yeah, I gotta be very precise. Okay, there we go. Come on, come on. Alright, so there we go. We got 4 left. I have to get rid of those. Okay, yeah. Alright, that's... Okay, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere on this. We almost have it. Okay, that's that. Okay, so... Fine, this is usually the trouble I should have been having playing the main game. Unfortunately, the other ones don't lock in place. That's what makes this hard anyway, but okay. Alright, that's one on the top. I mean, I can... Oh, it's in the middle. Okay, fine. I should leave these two for last, but I know I gotta get that one up there anyway. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere now. As long as I can get that one there, and then there. Okay, perfect. Okay, they're all on the bottom, so we got this. So I just need to shoot the ones at the bottom, and that's it. Okay, I think we got it. Did it. Okay, there we go. So I was able to do that with the CDI controllers. As much of a pain in the ass as that was. We did it. Or to quote Nikki's case, you did it. So yeah, there you go. Actually, I do have something that goes to her and Edwack. I'll show them a little bit. That's gonna be one of the last things I show off now because it's gonna be a game switch. But all right, fine. Thought that was the case. Let's go and try this. Okay, let's see if I can't at least beat this. I'm not gonna do the challenge for the 100 coins, or the red coins, I should say. Okay, just remember that, yeah, so there's A and there's R. Yeah, don't get myself crushed. No, whoa, shit. Alright, I'm dead. So there you go. There's a death compilation item with the CDI controller. Yeah, I should be dying with this thing, you're right. Alright, with this... Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, it was also like weird just how I'm holding this, like holding it in my hands as if I'm praying. Because yeah, you have to pray to your deity specifically for the purpose of playing this. Although fine, it said fine. I guess the thought also is like, hey, on CDI, just to go into this, there are a lot of games that were like point and click things. There's some like edutainment things that were on the console. In particular, a lot of encyclopedia things too. So in that case, a controller like this, and also fine, the one that was the remote control. Not wrong to think, hey, you know, this is a controller that can be played with that decently. It's just when you play a game like, find an action game as far as something like that. Oh shit. That's where it gets a little weird. And fine, in this case saying like, fine, after all these years, somebody said, yeah, we're gonna make another one of these and put it on modern console. Shit, no! And then someone like me come along and say, can you play this as Super Mario Sunshine? Yeah, there you go. So, we're gonna beat this at least, and then we'll show off the other thing, and then I actually have to do a game switch. Shit, no, why not switch my damn nozzle? I have to remember where it is, because yeah, they're kind of scrunched around. So like, yeah, my hands are in kind of a knot that way. Oh no, I don't want to do that. So fine, keep the hover nozzle basically on all times. A, and then R. Because, yeah, R is all the way down here, so I have A as far as my index finger, and then my thumb down there on R. Whoa! So, yeah, at least I got the life. Not that I necessarily need it. Oh, no. Oh, that was like, whoa, shit. Okay, almost there. Just... Oh, no! Shit. Yeah, I went and shut off the rocket... Or the hover nozzle. Oh, there's RB Super playing Pikmin 4. I was saying, not the hover... Yo, it is the hover nozzle. I was saying the rocket nozzle. No, it's not. It's the hover nozzle. Oh, wait. Dive. I don't want to dive. I want to do the jump. Yeah. I remember, A is on the top for jump. I keep sometimes hitting R on the bottom. Okay, now I had to do it there, otherwise I'm gonna die. Okay. Oh, that was lucky. Just remember, yeah, up in my finger as far as the right finger there, or the top index finger for jumping. And don't hit down with my thumb yet. Oh, here we go. Okay. Moment of truth. This is gonna be hilarious if I end up dying the same way as far as the practice footage I showed for this one. Well, I didn't. Okay, there you go. So, there is the Shine Sprite for Secret of the, Casino Secret played with the CDI controller. Whew. Alright, there you go. Never thought you'd see that in your lifetime, and I didn't either. So, awesome. Okay, so with that, got one more controller that's going with Mario Sunshine for now. I'll come back in a sec for other ones, but first we gotta clear off a space. It's also something I gotta talk about, because this is something that Nice, thank you very much, Dolly Fan, appreciate that. Okay, so actually this is an accessory I do not own. This is one I was donated. By Edwack. And Nikki wanted to see me do this. He said, quote, Nico was very excited to see this. Well, sort of. Okay, let me show you this. This is the Taiko Drum. This is, what do they call this? It's from Hori. This is the Taiko Drum set from Hori for Switch. It goes with the Taiko Drum Master games. They have the Japanese name of what it is, which they call it now. I have the PS2 Taiko Drum Master game. This is that on the PS2. I also have the drum for that. This I do own, which is right here, this big clonking thing. Because the idea is a rhythm game. Actually, Dolphin, I mentioned that to you when we did Mr. Driller. I said, hey, it's a Namco case. What you do with this case is that you have notes come along, you hit on the left and right side, and then you sometimes hit on the rims for things. Now, this PS2 version, it has those, and it has a start and a select button. But the question here is, what do these things map to? Now, for PS2, the rims, they map to L1 and R1. The left side of the drum maps to left on the D-pad, and the right side maps to the circle button. So there's very limited things you can play with that for the PS2. But for the Switch one, okay, fine, let me get that out of the way. The Switch one does have tons of buttons on it. It has D-pad, it has the minus and start and plus buttons, it has the capture button and the home button, it has X, Y, A, and B, and it has L and R. You're wondering, wait a second, where's an analog stick? Well, there is no analog stick. As far as the drum part, it works the same way, but it's also a question of like what maps to what. Now, by default, I found this in another game, I'm going to show this off in a little bit. The fronts of the drum on each side, left and right, the left one maps to pressing in on the left analog stick on the Pro Controller like this. Like as if it's a button. And the right one is like pressing in the right analog stick like that one where it does that. As far as the over-the-shoulder view. And as far as over here, this is the ZL and the ZR buttons, they're on the top. So it doesn't have an analog stick. So for this game, there's not going to be much we can do with this, but I will show it off specifically. And I'll have something else planned for this. Just gotta plug it in. You'll see USB control. I think you do have to have that wired case going on. Otherwise, it won't work. So I do have that. I can press the buttons to jump, or fine. Can I? Okay, now I can. And do diving. It's like, that's fine. Like, fine, that's a weird case of playing it this way. You want to play it like this. You want to do drum like 1, 2, 3, 4. And just do hitting and things like that. But the thing is that, fine, since I'm hitting in the right analog stick over here, that puts me in the over-the-shoulder view. And then there's ZL there. I'm just doing weird shit there. And then spraying water. So I'm spraying water, but it's not really doing much. So I can't really go far. Unless I'm basically hitting the buttons at the same time. Like jumping, diving, shooting that. So like, fine. This is how we're playing with the drum, but I can't really go very far with this, unfortunately. And it's a shame, because, like, wait, I would love to show this, and I know Edwack and Nicky are saying, like, yeah, how are you going to be able to play this thing? I mean, I do have the L button right there to be able to do that, and R, so if I do want to, you know, switch modes and then do this, I can sort of play it, but without an analog stick, I can't really control it. And it's worth pointing out, Edwack mentioned once that he played Mario Kart 8 with this controller, was able to win, and I think that's because you can use D-pad steer. But for this, unfortunately, we can't, so that's a little bit of an anticlimax, a little bit of a disappointment. So I said to myself, I can't let this hang. I can't really show it well on Super Mario Sunshine, unfortunately, but I said, what can I show to make this go? Well, I'll tell you. I'll go home. I'm going to close on this. This is actually going to be the last time we're looking at Mario Sunshine as far as on the Switch. We're looking on the Gamecube in a little bit, because I have one last thing I'm going to show off after this. I need to get notes down as we'll look at my notes when it comes to the volume for what I'm doing, because I had to change volume. We're pulling another game out. And Dolly Fan, this goes to something that Alec first mentioned when we played Mr. Driller. He said, this is a game that people always ask the question of, can you play something with, or can you play any controller or play something with it or on this game? So I have 29.5. I just need to have I'm changing category briefly. I didn't expect I was going to do it for this one. We're going to do it this way. Yeah, it'll be that one. Okay. That got updated. Just make sure that took an update. Yes, it did. Alright, we're going to be playing Doom 64. This came out in April of 1997 for the Nintendo 64 from Midway, and it was developed by id Software. Which I believe was id Software was involved in this. It's a different take on Doom, and I can hit the L and R buttons on the controller, and seize the USB controller to get it ready. It was one of the early first-person shooters on the console. In 2020, on March 20th, Bethesda Softworks, who owns the Doom name now, they teamed up with id and also with Night Dive Studios. I've talked about them before, who did the compatibility checks on all those humongous entertainment games that Nikki plays for us. And also did re-releases of stuff like PO'd, all of the Turok games. So far, they've done re-releases on The Thing Remastered, which came out last week. Actually, no, it came out, it came out 2 days ago, as it was. They took Doom 64, this first-person shooter, this take on Doom, that is not a port of Doom from PC or anything. It's a totally different game. That's kind of leaning into the horror element much more than many of the other Doom games were at the time, which were Doom 1 and 2, and then Final Doom as well. And this is exclusive to Nintendo 64 for years until this version, which is actually a better version than it is on N64, because on N64, it's insanely dark as far as the visuals, so it's really hard to see it, even though they give you brightness options. This one brightens it up a bit, but it also enhances the engine on their Kex engine. That is the thing about Night Dive Studios. They have this custom engine they built, Kex, K-E-X, that they basically are able to rebuild games. So this looks exactly like it did on Nintendo 64 in terms of all of the tech behind it, but also something that runs insanely smoothly. And it's a great version. If you have not played Doom 64, you should absolutely get this. This is like $5 as well. It is a dirt cheap pickup. It's on everything. I have the Switch version, but it's on PS4, Xbox One, PC. It's available on all the modern Xbox and PlayStation consoles. And if you have Game Pass for Xbox, it's on that as well. You're wondering, why am I pulling this out for the purpose of Drum? Well, I'll tell you. Doom 64, I was thinking to myself, I need to find a game for this Drum that I can play that will let me map the buttons any way I want. And Doom 64, even on N64, lets you do this. Go into Input, go into Bindings. Now, for Bindings, what we want to do is we want to show this. Since we only have, aside from the buttons on the drum itself, we only have 4 inputs we can use. And I also want to get the volume of the game set. I want to put that to 21.8. So, what I did is I'm changing the controls a little bit. So, turn left is going to be on the ZL button, or fine, I'll put it back on the ZL button, which is up at the top here. Turning right, I'm going to put on... I'm going to put that on the right analog stick, so hit that. Basically hit, or pressing in the right analog stick, so you hit on the drum there. Moving forward is pressing in the left analog stick. That's unbound. We need it bound to something. Moving backward. Alright, I have that set to both things, so fine. We're not moving backwards. We're going to just turn left and right. Well, I've moved forward as far as hitting on the center of the drum and then firing. That's going to be on ZR. ZR is up here just to indicate this. Input for attack is ZR. And use, I'm going to have to use that for opening doors, so I'm going to have to hit the B button that's down on here, so I can't avoid that. So, with that, I think we're good. So, start a new game. And you have 4 difficulties. You have Be Gentle, Bring It On, I Own Doom, and Watch Me Die. Fuck it, let's do it on Watch Me Die. Or fine, now we'll do it on Watch Me Die. Now, here we go. This is definitely more a horror case. So yeah, it's a horror case. Like, here's how we're playing Doom 64. Hit the drum, turn with left, turn. You hit him, there you go. So there you go. You never saw it play Doom with a drum before. Then I gotta turn to the right. If this is gonna watch me die, this is not gonna be easy. Just keep drumming. There you go. So yeah, this is an interesting way of playing it. Where do you think you're going? Go, bye-bye. Oh shit, there's enemies. Oh, right, they come back to life on Watch Me Die. Oh, wait a minute. No, they don't. It's that enemy came out of the wall. Okay, so fine. We're gonna have to start this again. Okay, so yeah, I knew Watch Me Die was hard as far as enemies. So fine, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take my time here. Also, I'm gonna pick up some... Oh, right, I forgot there's enemies in here at the start. Oh, no. around, Doom guy. There we go. Yeah, I'm surprised this is how we're showing Doom 64 off. We will show this game off fully at some point. And we gotta play Doom for the show anyway. Besides, we are celebrating 31 years of Doom this month. In fact, actually, I don't know if it's today as of this recording, but it's pretty close around here. As far as the original. Actually, I did play this game when I grew up a little bit, and then GoldenEye came out, and fine, everybody's paying attention to GoldenEye, because unlike GoldenEye, this does not have a multiplayer. And the only other shooter before GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64 that had one was Hexen. And I didn't play Hexen until years later. Actually, I do want to go get the UAC box of bullets. So fine, be careful, and since I have the shotgun, that can help me out. But because of this, I have to be careful as far as doing the turning. It's like, fine. Alright, there, I see him there. Okay, you can hit him from side as long as they're in view. You can hit him from the gun, so I think I might have killed him. No, never mind. Turn around, turn around! Alright, got him. So yeah, this is... Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, turn left, turn left! Okay, I don't even know if Derek Alexander, who loves doing this with Doom, he loves his Doom as far as the Stop Scaling for Fighting channel, I don't know if he's even ever played Doom 64 with the drum. This would totally be up his alley. Maybe he'll do it as a future video after he does that 16-player Faceball 2000 documentary thing he's doing, which I can't wait to see when that is. Alright. So now, since I am on Watch Me Die, I gotta get a sense of like where the pinky was, that monster that killed me. But since I also have to hit this for the purpose of like turning, it's way slower. Alright, so fine. I guess I just gotta keep going. Or if it gets bad enough, I'll put it on something lower than Watch Me Die. Because the main difference on Watch Me Die is that you have more enemies. Actually, what I was thinking as far as enemies come back to life, that was Nightmare in the original Doom. They do come back to life. In most versions of it. Let's go down the way. I'm just gonna go down the hall. Okay, it came out the door, so alright, fine. In that case, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We are going to... no, we're gonna go to main menu. I'm gonna put down difficulty just because I want to at least get somewhere specific. A little, and then we'll go on to one last thing with Mario Sunshine. We're not gonna be doing too long, honestly. We'll go and bring it on. Bring it on is a little more manageable. Yeah, chat, feel free to go into Memories on Doom 64 and if you ever played it with a Taiko Drum before. Yeah, there's a different way as far as, like, getting violent that way, as far as your Doom case. But this is a really good game. In this version, this is, I'll tell you, this is one of those cases where, and Night Dive is so good at this. Taking the experience of this on N64 and basically making it better to the point where this is the definitive version. Even people who love this on Nintendo 64 basically tend to be saying, and I know Derek Alexander, again, going back to him, says basically fixing all the little problems that it had on N64 was being everything that it was on N64 and giving you more and more and more, including custom mods for things, including a new set of campaign levels. But with this drum, I do need to kind of keep it sort of stuck this way. In this case, yeah, I do need to use my U's to walk up here. So I can't completely... Yeah, wait, but here are the pinkies again. There we go. Yeah, you're seeing there's way fewer enemies on Bring It On, but still a decent amount. And this game gets pretty damn hard anyway. And it makes it a lot harder, because like, wait a second, I gotta turn around. Like, yeah, turn around. No, go to the right, go to the right. There we go. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, okay. I don't know if there's anything much to say even about this. It's hilarious. And also, feasibly, if you're hearing everything, I don't think it should be drowning out. I hope it isn't. That's all. Oh, good shot. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, drumming to his doom. Alright, bye-bye. I'll see. So I can basically like, do drum riffs of songs. So in that case, like, yeah, I guess like the drum riff intro of Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden, which for Doom makes sense. So I can pick up a clip. There is something in the wall here, I think. Okay, I can't open that. I don't think I'm gonna get through this level specifically, but I just want to show this going on. And then just keep going, go to the right. So fine, I couldn't show Mario Sunshine with this thing. But I can show Doom 64. Yeah, that's the idea. Creativity with playing your games, you know? Even a game like Doom 64 that you might have been playing for, I don't know, how long has it been since Doom 64? That was 1987, so that would be 27 years. You can almost 28 as far as it. You still find some neat ways to kind of see it. All right, fine. I'm gonna go to the next room, and then we're gonna go on to one last thing, and then that's gonna probably the end of the show. There's not gonna be that long a show, in all honesty. Yeah, turn. Okay, so fine. That's what happened. That door opened over there at the end of the hallway, and on Watch Me Die, the Pinky was there. They have another name, but they tend to be called the Pinkies even by themselves. Turn right, turn right. There you go. You just keep going, Doom Guy. That's what you gotta do, and turn right. And just turn over here. Come on. Yeah, I keep forgetting I have to go on the... There you go. And they did enhance the lighting as well. It looks great as far as this version. Yeah, fine. In this case, yeah, being able to run that way. Actually, this is going to be one of those cases where... Okay, there's an enemy over there. That being said, I don't know if I can... Let's turn this around. I don't know if I can make this gap, so I'm going to have to try and start drumming fast. Oh, shit, I did. Okay, I can't believe it. Turn around so I can at least get this and open the door. Just move up a little. I was trying to get up there, but that is on a timer. I think. Oh no, maybe it's not. You know what? We'll loop around this and then we'll go on the last thing. I also don't want to shoot that exploding barrel, otherwise I'm gonna die, so... Let's go forward. Yeah, a lot slower, though, and louder, but still. No, I gotta turn left again. Yeah, and since I don't have anything to go backwards with... Oh, fine. I could use D-pad. Yeah, I could use D-pad to do that. Right, since I don't have, that map to D-pad. Okay, so fine, fair enough. I do not have the, I do not have forward and backwards map to that, so, like, okay. There we go, just keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, whoa, 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 I want to get that, I want to get that. Go left, go left. Oh yeah, hell yeah. The chainsaw. Except I don't have anything to kill with this thing. I sure wish I did. Now I'm pressing the button. So fine, I can hit things with the chainsaw feasibly with this, except you have to kind of hold the chainsaw. There you go, we do have the chainsaw, so at least I found that. Okay, so that is, the Taiko Drum. Fine, not much with Sunshine I could show, but with Doom 64, yeah, you can kill, enemies and the undead with it. That's pretty interesting. At some point we'll come back to Doom 64 itself. Just give a little bit of a preliminary case. We will be using this version, because this is absolutely the best way to play it. It looks great, and yeah, honestly, even if you weren't huge on Nintendo 64, it's actually a way better game with this new version. And if you loved it on Nintendo 64, it's even better here. Okay, so with that, I think we're done with this part, but we gotta go home, and here's the thing I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to actually do a feed cut case on this one, because I'm going to, well, I'm gonna do two things. By the way, Edwack, thank you again for letting me borrow this to show this off, at least showing killing demons in Doom 64, even though I couldn't show it much with Sunshine. But either way, that's the idea, and yeah, that's a great case as far as what that is. Okay, the last thing I gotta do is I gotta get my volume set for this. Actually, no, this is the same volume I can use from Doom 64 for this. Now, What's going to happen very briefly is there's going to be a feed cut going on. Actually, that I'm going to also change this back. Put this back to Super Mario Sunshine. It did update it, but yeah, it didn't update dynamically as far as OBS yet, which is fine. But I just want to make sure that's set. Because here's what we have to do. I have to pull out the HDMI cable. I have to put it into my GameCube. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put on the dongle for the Wavebird, because there's one other thing I'm going to check, or I'm going to do before I show this last thing. And at that point, that'll probably be the end of the show. Let's see. Oh, I keep turning that controller on. Sorry. Also, yeah, Doom 64, we gotta take our leave of you, but we'll be back to you at some point. But definitely a good version as far as it, so there you go. Okay, so what I gotta do is I'm gonna turn off the... I'm gonna cut the feed to change things because I'm gonna show you one thing. We're gonna show you... You know, I'll do this first and I'll show you that. Just give me a sec. In this case, I actually have to change the output. It's gonna go blank for a sec, but don't worry, we can do this. We are up. So let's get the Wavebird out just because. Okay, so here's the GameCube. By the way, it's worth pointing out my GameCube does not have cases of what is it? Of its settings because of the fact the battery's long dead. So every time you turn it on, you're going to get an indication of that. But, yeah, pulling out Super Mario Sunshine GameCube, which does have Dolby Pro Logic 2 support, which did not indicate as far as the Switch Edition. Now, it's also showing in 4.3, so this is what it was going to look like on GameCube, what it did look like on GameCube. And also, this is the reason, by the way, as far as how this looks. It looks very pixelated, even by standards of GameCube. That's why I decided against using this for the purpose of our play. And also because the Switch version fixed the glitch with the blue coin in Noki Bay. Yeah, this is what it looked like in 2002, but I have it on the GameCube up here for a very specific reason. Because I'm going to show it being played with the PlayStation controllers. You're wondering, how is that possible? Well, because of this little thing here. This is the Cube Joy Box. This is an accessory for GameCube from Malaysia. It lets you stick a PlayStation 2 controller into this end and then plug this into the GameCube. Alright, why do I have this thing? I have this because in 2005, Sega released this Sonic Gems collection. We've shown this before on the show when we played Tales of Adventure. We'll show this for some other stuff as well. At least, yeah, for certain things I will. I'll probably show this for Sonic R, unless we do the Saturn version, which Nocturne has. But this game was on the PS2 in Japan and in Europe. US, it's GameCube only. It says only for GameCube. I gotta be honest, as much as I love using the GameCube controller for something like Super Mario Sunshine, this tiny D-pad, it's too small for my big thumbs. I'm sorry. It's like, wait, I'd rather... And the button layout's kind of weird for playing 2D games. So I said, okay, fine. I have to feasibly play this with this controller anyway, in cases where I don't have a choice. But I said, fine. I wanted to play with the PS2 controller, so I bought this thing. That being said, I think this busted one of my PlayStation 2 controllers, because one of them doesn't work. But for the purpose of just showing these off for something brief, I think I'm going to afford to pull this thing out after multiple years. And I figured I'll do it with the GameCube just because I don't want to cause something weird with my Switch. Maybe. And also because by running on the GameCube, it also means that I know it works this way. And also because on the GameCube, I get to show you live what I edited into part 2, which is the FMV intro or the FMV demo case that is not in the Switch version. It's right here. For some reason, don't know why, the Switch version does not have this. But on the GameCube it does. And yes, we are going to be playing this with the PlayStation controllers. I have 2 PlayStation controllers. I have one DualShock 1 for PlayStation 1 with 2 sticks here. And you need one with sticks, otherwise this thing is not playable. And then there's also the PlayStation 2 DualShock right here, which is the same case, except the L2 and R2 buttons are pressure sensitive. Actually, a lot of the buttons in this controller are pressure sensitive, which Mario Sunshine is a good thing. We're playing with this. You have to press this in really hard for it to recognize it as the full push-in, like with the GameCube pad. Like, yeah, you pull it in, push it in that way, because there's the 2 levels there. halfway, but then you pull it all the way and you get that nice click. Not so much as far as the PS2. So, we're gonna unplug this. I'm gonna turn off the Wavebird. Where's our PlayStation 1? So, yeah, you ever thought you play this thing with a PlayStation controller? Well, yeah, you can, and I will show you it being played. Just plug into the end, plug the other end to your Gamecube. There's a light that's on here. I'll show the light. Light, lit up. There we go. You're also seeing my file on Gamecube. I never actually 120 shined it on Gamecube. This is as far as I got, playing it just on my own. Here we are. We are playing Super Mario Sunshine with a PlayStation controller. And by the way, as we're pointing out, this accessory is not licensed by Nintendo, so it's a case that, fine, this is a third-party thing, and Nintendo often says, and a lot of the third-party, or a lot of the console manufacturers usually say this, hey, you know, what that means is that they haven't necessarily checked it for anything, so feasibly it could be something that, hey, could maybe ruin parts of your system, maybe. And yet they're feasibly not wrong, but I do. That means said, wait a second, hold on. Because I have to hit the, okay, because it's fine. By the way, it's worth pointing out, the way the button map works is this. A button is on X, the B button is, square, fine. Yeah, the Y button is the Y button? Or is the, no, it's the X button. X button is a circle, and Y is a triangle button. That being said, for some reason, I'm pressing the R button, or the R2 button, which maps the R button. It's not letting me shoot off water, and fine, that's the ground pound thing that's on L2. It does have rumble going on based on how I have it, but yeah, why is it not working with the... I was doing it earlier. I was able to use the water. Fine, if I can't use the water with this one, I gotta pull the PS2 controller out. Because you kind of get into... No, keep hitting that R1 button, which brings that up. Sorry about that. Yeah, because I'm getting in the stance, but I'm not shooting. So fine, it's like Mario's like, oh, what's going on here? He doesn't know what to do. Okay, fine, let's put the PS2 controller. Let me take a look at that. Because it worked fine before, and I haven't honestly used this PS1 controller that much. Fine, let's put the PS2 one in, and that's going to be the idea what this is going to be all about. Okay. Or, wait, I have to turn on the... What's the broken one? You know what? Fine. Let me turn the console off and turn it on again. Yeah, just set the calendar first for options. Okay. Okay, so, alright, fine. You can't hot swap it. Okay, so that explains what's going on here. You can't hot swap the PlayStation controllers onto that thing. Because basically what happens is it has to have the little light lit up for the purpose of the analog controller. And you can't turn it off because, fine, this is an analog case as far as Gamecube by default anyway. So fine, let's try this and I'll see if I can shoot water out. If not, I mean, it worked on my test when I checked it. And it was this one, the PS1 controller. But fine, I can play it as far as, but if I can't shoot water, the game's not really going to be able to be played much. Shit. Okay, so it's not letting me even shoot the damn water. Alright, so fine. This is going to feasibly be a bit of an anticlimax this way if I can't do it. Although... I mean, I can still move around. I used to be able to do it. Okay, why do I keep doing that? Pushing the damn thing as hard as I can. Okay, so fine. I guess I can't, do stuff with this. Alright, fine. Sorry. Alright, so fine. Alright, I am showing it being played with this thing, but for some reason, I cannot go into other stuff. Alright. But fine. I guess that makes sense. Like, hey, it's kind of weird, but... Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. I don't think it's anything wrong with these controllers. I don't think. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure that, yeah, and the whole idea of this game is water, so I need water to run this, so fine. Yeah, I guess in that case, no, because I turned it off, so it's not, I turned off the Wavebird as well. Ooh, I almost threw it into the television, or into the, Dang, it's a good catch on my part, I guess. Okay, so fine, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna... I guess it's gonna be the end of this, but fine, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put the wavebird in, and we'll have something to talk over, because fine, in that case, I basically am done. Honestly. I don't know where we go from here, really. Okay. So I think then what I'll do is I basically just put it on to the intro. I'll let the intro go. So like, alright, there you go. That is your experience of playing Super Mario Sunshine with every single thing I had in my hands as far as controller. The one thing that's not capable of this, or that I don't have, was actually something we could, well, okay, I don't know how well this would have worked. The Dance Dance Revolution pad, which is on Gamecube, which came with Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. I do not have it, Edwack doesn't have it, nobody in my circle has it. That is a case where it gives you the buttons you need feasibly. I think it also is D-pad, so I don't know how far we get with it. It's worth pointing out, I do have the DDR pad for Xbox. I still have to test this, because I said I was going to test it by the time I got to the show, and I was not able to. Sorry about that. I can use that with other games. I've used that DDR pad for Soul Calibur 2 on the original Xbox. But I don't have the one on the GameCube, so I can't really use it for this one and hook it up for the purpose of showing. If I did, I would show it, but alas, I can't. So that's the idea. But I had every control I could look into as far as a run-in with this game as our final look as far as it for our full show, but we do have one more case of this, just to let you know, in a couple weeks. That's going to be in 17 days at the time of this recording on December 31st. On the YouTube site, we're going to have our final video of the year. That is going to be a smash cut of every single death that I had playing Super Mario Sunshine, including on tonight's show. Actually, I'll probably be editing that along with this part next week, because I have it edited for everything else as far as all the other deaths I had. Just add the ones from tonight, as far as the idea of this. And that'll feasibly be the end as far as Super Mario Sunshine for this great odyssey we went on with this game. Although right now, this is going to be the last time we'll be live talking about it. But yeah, what a ride. And I gotta thank Brixabri again, because she's the one who came into the show a couple years ago and said, hey, I'd like to see it. To which I said, thank you so much for making the suggestion, as that I'm gonna give this game to her and to everybody the best I can, go the whole way. So I showed you what happened on the practice when we did everything getting started for the game. All the great memories we had doing that. When we did the play, as far as over the past couple of months, when it came to, actually fine, it was barely over a month. It was 42 days from when we first started it to when we ended it. But we had a great time with that, and we had tonight's show as far as this as well. A little bit of a relaxed case, kind of as well. Also a case that, fine, playing the game maybe is not the point, but also is a case that, hey, there's also a little something extra, and definitely gameplay going on that way. But that's gonna, I think, feasibly, in that case, call it for Super Mario Sunshine. Yeah, just to go into final thoughts once more. Yeah, if you haven't played Super Mario Sunshine, it is a divisive one, no question. But it does take a lot of risks. And I do appreciate that about it, and something that the more I've gotten into it, the more I've played it, the more I've kind of dissected this for this show, but also just in general as far as my own time. I really do like this game. And there are parts where I do think it's better than Super Mario 64 in terms of aspects of its controls, where it seems like it's a little tighter with some movement. And some interesting ideas that comes up with in terms of how open it is when it comes to your platforming capabilities, when it comes to Mario being able to run, jump, and you kind of being in the driver's seat of how you want to control that, and FLUDD as a gameplay mechanic, really enhancing that to a case where it opens up this design really, really nicely. Where I missed that when I put in some of the other 3D Mario games, as great as they are, and maybe in cases better as some of those might be, like with Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Odyssey, and Mario 64 for certain cases as well, but it's also something that, this is a divisive one, but it's also a case that, if you haven't played this game, I think it's worth giving a shot. And I don't think even the people who don't like this game would say this is a bad game. I get the sense that a lot of people said like they don't like this. It's more a case that's more of a not for them case, where they can kind of admire things they're doing, but they're saying like, yeah, I'm not feeling the style of this. There are things about this that seems maybe a bit slippery and things like that, which are totally fair criticism to have. But it definitely is an interesting thing, and I guess in my case I was also curious to think about the idea that people wanted this game so badly when the GameCube launched. It didn't come out right away with the console. And that came out, people liked it, then they turned, but then it's also the case that people also kind of liked it too. I've heard people saying, hey, it's one of their favorite games in the series. Brexit said that. Gemini96 said that with the 3D games. Charles Martinet, who voiced Mario in this game, was in one of my. Actually, he was Ultra 94T. He met him as far as at a convention. He asked him, like, what's his favorite Mario game? He said it was Sunshine. So he liked this idea as far as what this. And also, as I said, if you're looking for a great game around summer, or in a case right now it's December, and you're like, oh god, I wish I could be back in those nice warm months, have a nice vacation. This is definitely going to do it for you. It's definitely interesting that way. It's also hard, though, so if you're going to go 100% on this one, bring your A game, and I don't know, you might not be satisfied going the whole way, but honestly, I had a good time as far as doing it for the show, and a case that, yeah, definitely knocked a case of gaming element off my bucket list and being able to kind of, yeah, I can do this. And it does feel satisfying. It is the case of, fine, the journey being more satisfying, I guess, than the destination, in the sense that all you really get is the postcard and the floral print shirt as far as your reward. But yeah, definitely doing some interesting stuff with this, and if you haven't played it, it is on Gamecube. It has come down in price over the years. It used to be about $80, actually, around COVID time, but since come down to like 40, 50, about. There's also Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which, remember, Nintendo made that a limited time release only, so you can't go to the store and buy it, although I think you might be able to find new copies. Maybe on eBay, maybe on Amazon, maybe on certain places, although honestly I've seen it also like for $80 online, which, considering that game comes with Super Mario Odyssey, oh no, it doesn't come with Odyssey, it comes with Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario 64 Shindo Pack version in the box, along with Super Mario Sunshine, and it is an uncapped frame rate for that version, so when Switch 2 comes around, if they tap into the power of the older Switch games, it might be the best running version of the game. $80 is not that bad an ask, honestly, especially given how Super Mario 64 and Galaxy put together. Probably would cost you a little more than, just getting that collection. So yeah, not a bad case, and a pretty good version, and you can use the GameCube controller on that release, and the Nintendo 64 Switch controller for the purpose of Mario 64, although you can use it with Sunshine as well, and with Galaxy. So that's the idea of that. Yeah, so that's the idea as far as if you want to get this. And next time we come back to Mario, as far as 3D stuff. I think it's going to be Super Mario 64. I think we do that in 2026, and the reason I say that is we're going to celebrate 30 years of the game. Next time we come back to Mario, period, is going to be in February, actually. I'll get that in the schedule in just a second. And, yeah, definitely had a great time for this. Thank you so much for watching and joining me for tonight's show. And for all the shows we do. It's good to be back. I need a week off for sure, but it's also the case that, yeah, we're going to be going through the long haul as it is. And I also have better aspects of what's going on schedule, because there's been some changes over the past few weeks, but I do now have some stuff that's been illuminated for me and to me. So, next week we're going back to Mario. Actually, wait, fine, we're going back to Mario again next week, technically, because, Dolphin in the chat, that's going to be on December 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dolphin is going to be joining me for Tetris and Dr. Mario for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, the 1994 mixture of Tetris and Dr. Mario on the 16-bit console Nintendos. We're playing the game on the request of Electverse as our viewer request for December. He wanted to see this game, but Dolphin wanted to see this game. She wanted to be in on this game. She's been practicing the Dr. Mario portion of that pretty significantly. Parts of the Tetris stuff. It's not big as much on the Tetris side of things as the Dr. Mario cases. As we have a Swigget theme rondage. So good to see you. Heyo, we were basically finished looking at Super Mario Sunshine. I was showing it being played with all this weird shit. I was showing it being played with, fine, I may as well show you before I go this. Will there be Bakugan at some point? Oh yeah, absolutely. I gotta buy the copy of that still, but I definitely will do that, and I will definitely let you know how it is. So good to see you tonight for the case of, I'm almost done with the show as it is, but I do want to give you an indication that, fine, I was playing, with the Taiko Drum Master Drum, trying to play Mario Sunshine here, but I didn't really have much success. I showed Doom 64 off with it, as much as I could. I also showed the DK Bongos, as far as how it is. I showed off every controller I could. I have the PlayStation 2 and 1 controllers with the Malaysian Joybox accessory, which is down here, but for some reason it's not recognizing the R2 button. When I came on show, it's doing it, so I can't really play the game effectively with it. I also showed the CDI controller. That is right here, as far as it, the CDI Spoon. Classic, playing Sunshine weird-ass controllers. Oh yeah, we got tons of weird-ass controllers. I tossed everything I could at this game, everything I had, or everything I got donated for a briefcase, because Edwack gave me the drum as it was, or the Taiko Drum, anyway. to show that. It was an interesting case for what it was, but I said we'll definitely get to Bakugan. That'll be a next year case. I'll look at as far as the scoping on that one just to get a sense, and I gotta get a copy of the game. It's not a case of that as far as me too much. I just have to do it, as is the case. But it'll be provided to you. I promise that for sure. But as far as what we got coming up in the meantime, just to give you a sense of the show. Also, by the way, I'm on camera live for this for the purpose of the demo of this case. Yeah, I'll give you the elements of what's going on for the next couple weeks of the show. Next week is Tetris Dr. Mario for the Super Nintendo. The Elephant in Chat's going to be with us for that show. I first wanted to see it, and we're going to have our look at Tetris and Dr. Mario's elements in that, and the mixed match mode. So we get to play both of those games that way. As far as showing it off with weird controllers, not going to be much I can really do with that one, because that's not a case I don't think there's going to be reason to be on camera for that, number one. Number two, I don't have weird controls with Super Nintendo that I can use for that. I only have the ASCII pad, which is a third-party controller, which is, yeah, it has turbo elements, but that's about it. And for that game, it's, yeah, I think we can sort of show stuff with that. But that being said, that's going to be our idea. The next stream of the next stream will be Bakugan. Yeah, as far as when we're going to get to that, yeah, as I said, I got to get a copy of that and see what the scope on that baby is as far as length. But I'll definitely show it. I think, what do you think about this? Based on the schedules looking, the earliest entry I have is, I think, in March, as it is. But it is something that I'll definitely take a look at, because I also want to bring the game to you right. And I'll get it on, I guess I'll get it on 360. I mean, you said you didn't have a preference on what version, except DS, because I can't stream the DS version anyway. I'll definitely get a case of that, but we're definitely going to play it. Don't worry, we will not ignore that one. For sure, because I appreciate the request, no question. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll see what I can do in March. How about that? Because I think, hell yeah, I'll see what I can do. Is like, I just want to make sure that also, here's the other thing. Not as far as like, hey, you know, the idea, like, I don't want to, you know, put the game off for a while, but it's just a case that I want to get it to you right. I want to also get a case that, hey, I got a sense of like showing it off specifically, but I think in March I can do a squeeze in. Because definitely been stuff going on schedule, I got to get that going, but yeah, I'll go into that and we'll, yeah, because at the end of the show we do go on schedule. But I do need to drink water. Because even though this is shorter than doing Ilman, yeah, strict times, my weighted format starts. Yeah, I'm sorry as far as the weight of that. Is it above anything else? Like, yeah, just fine. It's just figuring what the schedule's going to be like and also making sure that the game is going to be scoped right. I will definitely pick that game up, no question. I'll get a sense of how that's going to go. I said, yeah, we're not going to forget that. We will definitely get you your game, no question. And I appreciate that. It'll also be a case of me not having experience with Bakugan, and I'll get that element going on. Okay, so next week, as I mentioned, is Tetris Dr. Mario on Super Nintendo. This is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 21st. Week after that is going to be the start of Shenmue for the Dreamcast. Dolphin's going to be with me for part 1 of that. I'm going to start my experience with that game, which goes back quite a bit. And actually, it turns out we were playing that the day before its Japanese release from 25 years ago, which I did not actually know until I looked into it a little while ago. But I'm going to start our adventures with Ryo Hazuki at the Hazuki Dojo in Yamanose for this 2000 adventure experience for the Dreamcast from Yu Suzuki. We're talking the Virtua Fighter stuff that they announced at the Game Awards the other day. Yeah, we got that going. I'm going to show off the video of it as well. They came with the official Dreamcast magazine, which was how I first got my experience with it. And Shenmue is a very sacred one to me, so we're going to start that one for part 1 on the 28th, playing that each month until we finish it. And as far as Bakugan's case, if that's a case where it's the length is going to be requiring multiple parts, we'll have multiple parts, I'll have multiple months going on that, no question. And then we get into January. I thought I was going to have to change some shows around for this, but I don't think I'm going to have to anymore. As far as thinking like, hey, I'm going to have to double up on shows. January 4th, we're going to have a show. We're going to have another Gamecube case. Showing off the Gamecube preview disc. This was donated to me by Ultra94T. Very grateful as far as that. It has demos of a bunch of stuff on there. It has demos of Sonic Adventure DX, Beautiful Joe, Splinter Cell, Soul Calibur 2, Billy Hatcher the Giant Egg, and many other things. We have a little bit of an overview of all the games in that and all the other features that it has. And then the week after that, we are going to be coming back to Shenmue. I'm going to do that on a Friday, though. That's going to be on January 10th. That was part 2 Shenmue for Dreamcast. And the week after that, we're coming back to Tomba. I put Tomba's second part off last week. But on January 18th, all 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all the stuff. We will be having Tomba going for part 2. I'll have practice going on over the holidays, specifically. So we'll have everything going on, and we'll be ready to continue our adventure as far as going through and finding the evil pigs. Because that was a 1-2-L request, and I do want to provide that specifically that way. And then at the end of January, I don't think I'm going to be able to... I don't think Edwax is going to be set for doing Smart Ball on Super Nintendo, I don't think. I'll confirm with him later this week, or next week as it's going to be. Just to give a sense of that. If we're going to do that, that would be on January 24th at 7 p.m. If, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case, and if that is indeed the case, I will still have a show that Friday night, so I'm going to have the last 2 weeks of January as Friday programs. We're going to play Halo Combat Evolved for Xbox, or at least we're playing the Master Chief Collection port for the Xbox Series X. I did that years ago. That's going to be our first Super Bowl Game Saturday Second Chance program, where I pull a game out we've either played before or I played before and I don't have record of anymore because it was in the early days of Super Bowl Game Saturday about 5 years ago when we started it. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to go through that game fully for its campaign. Hopefully there's a better reason to come back to it another time at some point in the future. But that will be that way as far as that one. And then in February, this actually was something I was kind of handed in a way I was not prepared that they were ready for this. But I got a big announcement to start as far as it. So I guess we may as well get the drum roll going on this. Because on February 1st, we're going to be playing Shadow Hearts Covenant. This is one that the Crochet Nerd 64 has wanted to start for us. He played Shadow Hearts on the PlayStation 2 a couple years ago. I went into work a couple days ago. He said, I'm ready. He said, Captain Dietrich, you doing anything on February 1st? I said, no, I'm open. He said, I'm ready to start Shadow Hearts Covenant. I want to do it, and Chasm22 is also ready as far as joining us. I said, fantastic. Okay. We're going to start Shadow Hearts Covenant, so that's been a long time coming. We played Shadow Hearts Original for the PlayStation 2 a couple years ago. With the adventures of Yuri Hyaga. And we're continuing his adventures with this RPG. Very dark, macabre perspectives. He introduced me to Shadow Hearts, which is quite a game. And the next part of Yuri's story is going to start on February 1st. This is going to be perhaps the biggest initiative we've got next year in the sense of this game is very, very long, as in 80 hours long. So, we are starting that show on February 1st with Chasm22, and the Crochet Nerd 64 is going to be controlling the game for us. We're starting that at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go long parts on that one, because we want to maximize our case for the case of this. This is probably going to be 10 or 11 parts. We're probably going to be running that game for most of the year. But, of course, when it comes to long-form games in this program, we have the variety going, no question. And we can get multiple stuff going on. And actually, that's going to be a bit of a buffer for me, because at that point, Crochet Nerd 64 is going to be playing that game. I can have a bit of a downtime to scope out Bakugan and other viewer requests and things like that as well. But February 1st, we are starting Shadow Hearts Covenant for the PlayStation 2. And I can't wait to do that one. I can't wait to see the adventures of Yuri continue. And also have Chasm22's insight, because he was in the chat on Shadow Hearts 1. But he's played through this one. He loves his RPGs. I'll figure that out. I'm also going to his Prelude at some point to Suikoden, which we're going to figure when we do that next year, as far as his next game. And then on February 8th, we're going to have part 3 of Shenmue. February 15th, we're going to have the finale, I think. Part 3 or the finale of Tomba, because I think we can do Tomba in 3 parts. If not, well, the final part in March. And then at the end of the month, the Super Bowl Game Saturday Second Chance is going to be on February 22nd. Nocturne's coming back. We're going to be playing Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. She's going to be showing off all the e-reader levels. We played the game on NES a month ago, but she wanted to show those running blindly. And also because she's playing Crocos of the Goblins for us, but she's been busy with stuff. She hasn't been able to do the unlocks as far as the final worlds. And parts of that game are getting really hard as far as that. And also, to point out, the HD remastered version that was due out this month, it got delayed. I'm kind of glad it got delayed, honestly, because I don't want them to rush it. And since it is Argonaut coming back to gaming, that's going to be a case. So we'll definitely we have Tom still on the back burner. We're gonna finish that specifically because we only need one more part when she gets that set. I'm gonna figure that that way, but she said like, hey, if we're not ready at that time, and I don't think we're gonna be, or she won't anyway, we're gonna do that, and that's how we're gonna go. And then in March we'll have next part's Shenmue. If we need finale on Tom, we'll have it then. We'll have next part Shattered's Covenant, and I will look into Bakugan. I'm gonna tentatively say this will be a little up in the air as far as the weekend. Suika Theme Rondage, I'm gonna put that to the end of the month, and the reason I'm gonna do that is so I can at least maximize the scope of the game as far as getting the idea of what we want to do with this, or be able to show that to get you the game the best I can. So I know it's gonna be a while. That's tentatively how it is. If I just shift stuff on the schedule around, I will shift stuff on the schedule around as far as what it is. And I will let you know of any updates, and of course, when we end the show, as far as the end of the night, or on the Sunday at least, because fine, because we're going to be done before midnight, which is a rarity as far as this program, I know that. We are going to, I will have this schedule of Twitch set up to show, like, hey, we got what we got coming next week, because it only goes on week increments. But as I said, I will let you know for sure every week. We're going to update the schedule every time to give you a sense of like, where we're starting as far as what that is and what things are looking like. If it shifts stuff around, depends what it is, but we'll get that going, get you everything you want to see. And other stuff going on next year, and the week after Bakugan, we're going to have Plumbers Over Ties Definitive Edition on Switch for our April Fool's Day show. That's going to be hilarious. In May, we have the Classic Game compilation. Like first wanted to see, what do we want to see? Title Legends 2 for Xbox, oh no, for PS2. I didn't get the Xbox version because it's region free. Fine, it's region free. It was only in Europe, but it costs like $80-something, so it's fine. We're playing on the PS2. Yeah, that's the idea of that, and we'll still have Shadow Arts Covenant going on, and other stuff going on, and, yeah, we're definitely gonna get you all that stuff going on, specifically into next year, because, yeah, next year the future's looking bright, and as I mentioned, we always have a viewer request every month, and I also am gonna have, Super Bowl Game Saturday Second Chance every month, as much as I can make happen. So I'll have to figure that specifically, but that's gonna be what we're looking like. As I think we're at the end of our perspective on Super Mario Sunshine. But as I mentioned, in a few weeks, stay tuned to our YouTube site because we're going to have the upload of the smash cut of all the deaths we've had on this game, or for the play of the game, of the 4 parts we did, and of the practice show-offs and the controller showcases of tonight for the purpose of that. And again, I thank Brixby so much for the quest of this game, and so we get theme rondas just to go to that. This is the idea. Like, this was a case of, this was an Odyssey, specifically. This is what I mean when I say, like, hey, you know, when I'm asked for a game, I want to take it seriously. I want to get it to you the best I can, give it to you the best I can, hopefully give you the best experience. And I feel that we did that with Super Mario Sunshine. It was definitely not an easy case, but I feel so satisfied. I had a great time, and thank you so much to everybody out there for joining me on this journey. I'm looking forward to the next time we come to Mario, and the next time we come to everything else that you want to see. And don't worry, keep those requests coming. I promise we will get to them, and we'll do them right. We'll do them exactly the way that I do show that respect. I want to show that respect to all you, to everything you give me as far as your support, and just jumping on to having a fun time, just joining me on the couch. Joining me with this weird shit with the CDI controller and the drums. Like, yeah, drumming with Doom 64. Who thought you'd see that tonight? I didn't even know I would be doing that earlier this week. But that's how it goes, and I thank you so much for the purpose of that. Alright, so with that, thank you so much for watching Super Bowl Game Saturday, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your weekend, and a great week coming forward. And keep an eye out for the real finale, I guess, of Super Mario Sunshine with the smash cut of all the deaths, with a little intro from me at the beginning of it, going exclusively on the YouTube site on December 31st as our final video of the year. But yeah, next week's show, I'll see you then. It's going to be Saturday, December 21st. Sorry about that. I'll be here with Dolly Finn again, and we're going to be playing Tetris Dr. Mario. I will see you then. Until then, keeping awesome. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy your vacation, Mario. You definitely deserved it. Take care, everybody.